Thanks for being a part of NASCAR on Fox, FS1, Advent Health 400 your way. Enjoy the race, everybody.
My computer's running really slow and it's crashing a lot lately. I think I need a new computer. It doesn't run slow that often, but it's had this crashing problem lately. Add that to the list of shit that I need to buy. What's the temperature outside? It's almost 80 fucking degrees. I'll be right back. Well, actually, I'll be right back after I turn my stream on my phone, because I gotta go grab my food. I am fucking starving. Dylan said he'll be here in a bit. Now my phone's running slow. This is getting fucking old. What's up, Tino? Will I stream tomorrow? I don't know. I gotta work long tomorrow. Alright, I'm back. I was getting food.
Welcome to the Advent Health 400 from Kansas on FS1.
You're working 12 to 9? I'm working 9 to 6 the next 4 days as we do our remodel. It's not 8 to 8 like they originally said, so I'm quite happy. And I don't have to get out of bed till like 8:30 in the morning. That is a win.
Before you fire these engines and heat up these hot rods to go 400 miles around this.
Oh yeah, the Friday the 13th stream did crash. The game crashed. I was okay with it. I was tired. We were ending anyway.
Home game for Clint, and just named to NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers of all time, and last year's winner of this race, Kurt Busch. Cool to have you here.
Thank you, Mike Joy. Appreciate it. It's quite an honor, and it's very special for our family.
Absolutely, and what an honor. You said it. Now, today, the heat is going to be the big story.
It is on.
But the bigger stories are the two groups of cars that are probably going to contest this win.
Hot. That means his track is going to be greasy. It's going to be slick out there. You're going to have to run up next to that wall. That takes me right to the favorites. Kyle Larson on the front row. William Byron. Both of these guys dominated our last mile and a half.
I have two race bets today. William Byron at 8 to 1 and Joey Logano 25 to 1. Now I know Joey's not been running that good lately, but Kansas is one of his best tracks. He's starting 6th, and they had him at 25 to 1. So fuck yeah, dude. But William Byron at 8 to 1 starting on the pole, that's a steal. I figured he'd be like 4 or 5 to 1.
Extra strength here, whether it's low drag or the extra power. I see all cars competitive, but those Hendrick guys, they have short run speed. Toyota guys, more so on the long run speed. That Reddick knows how to get around that outside. He loves the outside, running right up against the wall. That's going to be the name of the game.
You have a lot of lane choices here. How much time do you spend searching for where you want to be at any given time?
Yeah, you go where they're not on fresh tires. You have to just find that clean air, whether it's low, middle, high, and you have to predict. And that's where a lot of dirt racers know how to go to which lane that's open. But on the long run, Clint, it's going to be up against the wall because that's where you get to keep your momentum.
Well, that's the line, right? You said, how do you know the lane? The lane is that outside line. Everybody's going to be up there making this track big because it's hot, it's slick, all that's going on. That being said, maneuverability, being able to move around the track, a slide job, if you will. You're going to see a lot of that today. You're going to see some gone right, and you might even see one gone wrong.
The heat today will test these drivers and these
hot and slick. It should be a good race.
To race in America's heartland for 400 miles. Let's go trackside.
Now. And now, race fans, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Kansas City Chiefs Hall of Famer and two-time Super Bowl champion, Neil Smith.
NASCAR fan, are you ready? NASCAR fan, make some noise for Outfit 400 race. Drivers, start your engines.
Well, I feel good. One of my bets has been the fastest car all year long. I think the Toyotas are all going to be really good, especially Reddick and Denny Hamlin. Hendrick, Trackhouse, or Gibbs. But if Joey Logano was to steal one for me, I'd be happy. It's the one day I'd be happy to see Logano win. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys, I don't know if there will be a Cup race stream next week. There's probably not going to be. I'll be watching the race, but we'll be getting ready to go see Alice Cooper on Sunday night, and I don't think the race starts till like after 3. So I'm not even going to stream it if I can't stream the whole race. But I will be watching the race next Sunday. Wish they'd start the race earlier and I could stream all of it, but not happening. Fuck NASCAR and their stupid late start times.
cars fire up and roll off. Let's take you back to last year, where in the spring race, Kurt Busch held off Kyle Larson and drove the number 45 to victory for Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. And in the fall race here, Bubba Wallace switched over from his 23 to the 45 and doubled up for Team 2311. So the 45 won both Kansas races last year. No car number in NASCAR history since 1948 has ever won 3 straight races at the same track with 3 different drivers. So the pressure is on Tyler Reddick, who drives the 45 today. Jamie caught up with him before he climbed aboard.
I like to call Tyler Reddick Mr. Excitement when it comes to tracks like this, because you get up there at the fence before anybody, you and Larson. But what's the risk reward for you to get up there early in this race?
Well, I mean, I think in a place like this, you're just racing the air. But certainly, you know, a lot of teams and drivers spend most of their practice up there in the 3rd groove. It's important to be fast up there, but it's important to be able to move around the racetrack too. So I think for us, you know, we'll just go where we need to. Obviously, we know that's where the speed's going to be, and I feel like we got a real good handling over McDonald's sort of Camry already up there. But it will take moving around to make passes. And from what I've seen from this team here at Kansas, they've been able to do just that.
Tyler Reddick rolling off 5th. Mike?
Thanks, Jamie.
Well, boys, I got somebody rolling off on the pole. Hey, Willie B, it's Boyer and the boys up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Well, man, pole cat. You've got them all in the rearview mirror. Got to keep them that way. I would assume you're going to be running on that outside line. Do you like the outside here at Kansas Speedway? And does one end or the other?
Remember in like 2011
Yeah, I mean,
when we had the same start times every week?
Group, but,
I miss that
I
era.
want to be able to make passes down lower on the racetrack as the race goes on, but the wind plays a big factor in kind of how the ends handle it. Yesterday, 3 was pretty crazy, but hopefully today a little bit calmer.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck out there.
Yeah, man.
All right, your Advent Health starting grid is rolling across the screen. 3 drivers have to go to the rear. Corey LaJoy had to replace an upper control arm after yesterday's practice. Ricky Stenhouse had a problem with his water tank gauge that messed with the ECU. They had to change that. And Josh Balicki had a crash in practice. So those 3 cars will go to the bank.
Well, I got Mark Truex Jr. You got me, buddy? This is Kurt Busch up in the booth with FS1.
Damn, Martin left him on red.
That is a heavy, Kurt. Try it again.
Hey, Truex. Oh, he's doing pit roads.
Yeah.
We'll have to come back.
All right, they're checking pit road speed, so we'll remind you it's another great day to try to win $5,000 of Clint's cash for free. Fox Bet Super 6 is your chance to win. Just download the Super 6 app on your phone now. Enter your 6 race predictions. Download it and get your picks in before the contest closes for the end of stage 1. $5,000 at stake.
$5,000. I love you guys. Get on that app. Put them picks in. Come and get it. Love watching you guys interact with that. Got a lot of good fans out there, Mike.
All right, let's get down to pit road and to Larry Max to the bunker. Let's begin with Jamie Little.
Well, Mike, Bubba Wallace, we've talked about him. He hit the ground here in Kansas and had a pep in his step, and for good reason. We keep talking about it. He was the last winner here at Kansas. So what does that mean for today? Well, in practice, he was really happy with the setup of this car, really happy with the speed. But the focus is going to be getting comfortable running the top side
You guys
of
are
the
being
racetrack.
awfully
He's
quiet.
on the bottom and in the middle, but that's never been his forte, running up top. So
So am I, but I'm
comfortable
eating.
there. This team can execute right here on pit road. No mistakes. This 23 team really feels like they can repeat with the win. Regan Smith.
Well, Jamie, last week, Ross Chastain took over the points lead with a 2nd place finish at Dover, but that did not come without ruffling a few feathers on the racetrack. Contact with Brennan Poole ultimately ended Brennan's day and damaged the car of Kyle Larson, hurting his day severely as the race played out. The team told me they don't care what other teams think about them as long as they are getting results on the racetrack. They want Ross to keep that aggressive nature that he has had on the racetrack all year long as well as last season. Look for them to start 3rd today and have to get that car to be just a little bit less edgy than what it was yesterday. Josh Sims?
Well, Regan, you gotta love it when a weekend goes according to plan, and that's the case for the 11 team of Denny Hamlin. Chris Gabehart, the crew chief, went as far to say Saturday was a dream in terms of the setup and handling of that car. Now, Denny Hamlin's been really good here in the past. Those 3 wins. Could have had a 4th last year, but they had those issues in both races on pit road. So the plan for the 11 team is to make sure they don't beat themselves. And if they don't do that, then they'll be looking at a 4th win at Kansas, Larry Mack.
Yeah, Josh, the story continues to be the weather. We've already documented in the low 90s. And what goes along with that is a track temperature over 100.
It is hot as shit every year for this race. It's like always the first really hot race of the year.
Because they're going to have to be really aggressive with adjustments to keep the balance of the car, Mike, but to try to give it grip, which is going to be hard to do when it's this hot.
90 degrees. I'm glad I'm not there, but I'm happy to be watching on TV to see a great race.
That warm inside the race cars. We weren't able to catch up with Martin Truex, but we did listen in on the team debrief before we start here.
All right, guys. Let's get this far. Let's do what we did last week. Go out here and get us another win 2 in a row. I know we can do it. You guys are awesome. Good luck in there.
I hate that paint scheme.
Yeah, I like it.
Why is there a blue stripe on that car?
Crew chiefs, it's so sneaky. Reminds me of Chad Canales back in the day, but just with the whole Truex family and the success at Dover, that's why I wanted to talk to him. Wish him good luck today. He's a 2-time winner here at Kansas. So they're on the gas. We'll see how this plays out.
Well, Larry told us how hot it is, you know, and that radio communication is a far cry from where it was last weekend. It's cool right now. Let's see if that one heats up. Got pretty heated last week at Dover.
Here's today's pace car, the all-new 2023 Toyota Camry TRD.
So,
Kansas.
he chose the inside.
One of the better mile-and-a-half tracks we've had.
Yeah, it is a little surprising. I mean,
It's always weird how this track just puts on a
it's
show.
just a matter of who's going to push you. How hard is the guy behind you going to go? And if you got Chastain behind you, you want to try to keep him in a box.
Well, let's find out. Here they come to the green.
And here we go.
And the 400 is underway.
This is one of those tracks where it's going to be 3, 4 wide.
Byron got a great launch. All right, let's lead the whole race and win me money.
Some gentleman respect at the initial start of the race. But here we go.
Sure. Five's holding strong on that outside.
Look at this land rush. 3 wide all the way back.
Yeah, there's a lot of 3 wide mid-pack.
So many options here at Kansas. That's why this place is so much fun to race.
Byron's running middle. Chastain's on the bottom, pushing up the track. Larson's up high. They're 3 wide behind them. Byron leads lap 1.
Kansas Speedway, all about downforce and aero.
Now that white line at the inside of the racetrack, that means absolutely nothing. There is no out of bounds.
Reddick up top, Larson middle, Chastain bottom. Byron was kind of running middle in front of him.
Gives you a guide on where the banking really begins. But it looks like Chastain was able to clear Larson. I didn't think that was going to happen down on the inside.
Well, you see Larson moving to that outside. That's what we're looking for. This track is going to widen out. But
everybody's going to be running the top later on. Right now, they're kind of run everywhere. Top will be dominant.
Top 7 single file, first side-by-side battle. Daniel Suarez to the inside of Ty Gibbs. They're going to have company on the outside from Denny.
Top 3 cars running 3 different lines.
Ooh, yeah, there's cars there.
Whoa, Byron had problem. Byron's got a problem. What's wrong with the 24? He's back up to speed, but he's fallen to 4th. What happened? Now Larson loose under Chastain. And here comes Reddick. You don't want to let the 45 car get out front here. You'll never see him again. And Reddick's got a big run with a draft off of Larson. 3 wide for the lead. And he takes it. He's going to slide all the way. Stays off of Chastain. Falls back to 3rd. What a move.
That almost became irresistible force meets immovable.
Now, what the hell happened to Byron off of 2 the last lap? Got loose.
Loose on the exit.
That is how sensitive these cars are. I mean, just when you're
Chastain led the lap. Here comes Larson to the bottom. He's going to throw it off in there and slide up in front of the 1. Be careful. You know the 1 ain't going to lift. Larson takes the lead. 45's got to run on the 1 for 2nd.
And he'll want this to stick on the bottom. He's going to drive in deep, down low.
Clean air on the nose of the 45, but he's on the very bottom. And they both get loose. They both get loose. They're both sliding. Oh! Reddick just spun Larson off of 4. And Larson saves it. What a save. I knew he was going to save that the moment he got turned. Jesus. Reddick.
He wanted to get into that hole quick because of the momentum run that Chastain was going to have. I mean,
that was Reddick. Oh, what are people going to blame Ross for that? Even though he was in front of it, I'm sure they'll still find a way, right? Questionable move there by Tyler Reddick.
Here's Byron. All right, for the lead. Gets loose on exit.
Now they're showing Byron. Wow, dude, Byron almost junked it when he lost the lead. Oh my God. That's awesome. This is going to be a good race.
Product of getting that right rear on the scene.
And so then now these boys go to racing. Reddick's hungry.
And that may have kept Byron out of what was to come.
The amount of chain of events that we just went through is pretty wild at the beginning of
crazy racing, all in the top 5.
So obviously a favorite right there.
Reddick's the leader.
The track position. Now he's got to dig himself out of a hole. All happened right here. Reddick's moving up, trying to fill that hole because Chastain was coming and just.
Well, it's Chastain's fault because Reddick knew Ross wouldn't lift. Shut up. Everybody's going to blame Ross for that. They'll be really reaching on that one.
And you tag Larson the leader.
Well, let's ride with Ross Chastain.
Point of view from Ross.
All the way up at the top, you're just going to start jamming, trying to run your momentum all the way up.
Oh!
You hear him drive the brake, he almost got in the back of Chastain and turned him around.
Saved him. Chastain saved somebody.
Jamie?
I was just listening to Tyler Reddick's radio, and his spotter said, I'll let them know you didn't mean to do it and that you're sorry. He goes, yeah, but I still flipping did it, and that's not good.
He's the opposite of Ross.
Yeah, I know
I'm sorry, but Reddick's like, well, I'm sorry, but fuck, I'm still an asshole.
It was a costly mistake. It cost Larson a lot of track position here. Good news is the car's not tore up. Bad news is we used
that was a great save. I just love that I had the confidence that Larson was going to save it.
A huge multi-car pileup. Kyle Larson's sense of car control kept that car down off the racing surface and not up.
Pit road's open. Nobody's coming in. We're 7 laps in. Reddick, Chastain, William Byron, Truex, Logano. Wow. Texted me. All that, none of you guys are talking.
Reddick chooses the inside for this restart. 9 drivers came to pit road. Keselowski, Briscoe, Balicki, Gilliland, Haley, Burton.
You're going to learn a lot about lane choice here. Leader picked the bottom.
Caution flag.
I would have picked top.
Bumper of the 45.
If you're that far back, come in, make an adjustment, make sure the car's dialed in, take advantage of that untimely caution nobody expected.
Yeah, Reddick made a mistake.
See that. Who knows where the fuel mileage and stuff like that if it can land.
I was joking people were going to blame Ross just because he was right behind it when it happened.
Position strategy could come into that equation. Service members there, love it, Kurt.
Just still kind of just sitting back, digesting everything that I just saw. I mean, I'm prepped for a 400-mile race. These guys were in a trophy dash.
4 laps.
Yeah.
All right, here they come with the guy.
Crazy racing in the top 5.
Surprised too that Reddick took the bottom. I mean, with
good restart by Ross, but the 45's got the 24 up his ass, so they're going to prevail on the bottom.
William Byron, if he was loose, I think a cycle on his tires will actually help.
Look at Ty Gibbs, 3 wide around the top. He just passed Logano. He passed Hamlin. He passed Truex.
What a move.
Great job. Gibbs said before the race it's one of his favorite racetracks.
Coming in there, Truex is right there. We told you. We saw it yesterday in practice. These Toyotas, they mean business.
And we got cars everywhere.
Bubba Wallace on the top 10.
So much fun.
And the 45's out front.
Woo, 4 wide off of 4. Unbelievable.
I mean, these guys are just closing doors and just kind of just no regard. They're going after it.
Well, is there any better chance or time to pass somebody than on a restart?
No. Time is now, and you have to pounce on it.
I said Trackhouse, Hendrick, and Gibbs would own the day. And so far, that's true.
And if you can make that pass,
I mean, Toyota, not just Gibbs, because the 45 and 23 are really good.
slow you up and you get swallowed from behind.
Truex for 3rd. Here comes Hamlin, looking for a hole.
Yeah, I like the outside groove there.
Truex, wow, Truex flying through turn 2. Hamlin coming around the outside of the 24. Byron starting to really fade. His car is loose. Here's Gibbs for 5th. Ty's making shit happen on this run. He couldn't clear.
I don't think he's going to get clear. But he had to go to the bottom. He had to go to where the clean air was. And so now it's a matter of cat and mouse. If you go higher, if you go low.
And the top 5 are all running the very top.
Some great racing already. We're seeing some big moves. We're seeing some game guys. Some guys that qualified poorly moving up.
Let's ride with Brad here.
Yeah, I was watching him, guys. Something's bad wrong with Brad. He's really struggling. Lost 5 or 6 spots on that restart, all the way to the back.
Yeah.
Brad Keselowski just got passed by Rick Ware car.
Car's just off a little bit for him now.
He was one of the 7 cars that pitted.
And that's shocking. We could say that RFK Racing have been the best Ford team this year consistently. The 17 and the 6 are good. All the other Fords have been a little off. Except Harvick, of course.
Mexico blue. That'd be appropriate for Daniel.
I like that. Bringing in the classy blue. I mean, who doesn't like blue on a race car? There's all kinds of petty blues. There's trickle blue from the West Coast.
Byron cleared Gibbs.
And making a spot as Larson works his way up from the back to 28 after restarting 36th.
It's going to be a long road to hoe here, Kurt.
Yeah, it just changes the whole complexion. And you're down a set of tires, but you got to make what you can right now. And, there'll be a green flag stop most likely during this first stage. And so that will allow them to catch back up on the long run pace.
Teammates battling here for 6th.
There they are. When we talked about it, we saw it yesterday in practice. These Toyotas were extremely fast, right? The 2 Hendrick cars on the front row. Can the Toyotas pass them? How can they pass
See how good the 24 and the 5 are. Where is the 48 and where's the 9? They haven't gone anywhere in this race. Josh Berry and Chase Elliott.
Very hard to pass out here.
And see, this is where you have some of the teammate side of things. With Gibbs, he's the rookie. Bell would have liked to have had that position. But Gibbs is really trying to set a tone today. He's got the speed. He's got the car.
Did Denny Hamlin?
To see,
The way they cut to Hamlin, I thought he bounced off the wall. He's fine.
Jamie, there are 6 Toyotas.
Damn, Michael McDowell's 10th. And Joe Logano's plummeted to 11th, so I wasted a race bet. But 25-1 on a guy who's won here a couple times. Couldn't pass it up.
Chief this morning, Chris Gabehart, he said chief and engineer's dream. Everything went as planned from simulation to hitting.
Everything's going to be okay for Denny until he gets on pit road. He'll fuck up, and then his team will fuck up.
Today could be good. He's already up 4 spots, so it's certainly going in the right direction.
Nothing better than unloading a fast hot rod on a 1.5 mile race.
And you just start feeling that groove right away, and it's like, all right, just go through the motion.
Reddick ripping the top, driving away, about a second ahead of Ross.
That tells me the grip is there, right? The aero is there, horsepower is there, but that aero balance of the race car, when you're on these
Field's starting to string out a little bit. More cars towards the front, moving up top.
That's talking to the mechanical side of it.
Didn't take long at all for guys to just all go to the top.
Killer, and yeah, exactly. With the balance,
You got to go all the way back to 11th place before you see a car on the bottom.
Lap 25 is when the tires kind of change their attitude on the pressure buildup and the heat, and that's when we're going to see the aero match up with the mechanical balance.
So here's your pole sitter, William Byron, who's now settled into 5th place. Regan?
Well, Mike, you see him sliding back off the leaders just a little bit right now. Said the car was perfect up until that slide that he had off of turn 2. Felt like it overheated the right rear tire. Since the restart, though, he's told the team it's too free. I am going to need an adjustment.
I heard the truck race was crazy. I haven't seen a single bit of the truck race. Actually, a lot. I saw a couple of highlights, and I know who won the truck race. Logano 13th and fading.
Running together, Blaney and Logano for 12th place. Kyle Larson continues to work his way through the field. He is now up to 23rd.
Still early. What's with Larson getting spun with McDonald's cars on 1.5 mile racetracks, guys?
Laps completed Kansas.
There's the Coca-Cola. God, Chase Elliott's 26th. Damn, Chase getting outrun by Austin Dillon after last week. That's bad. Austin Dillon got passed by his brother last week, the 77. Bubba Wallace up to 7th. William Byron fell to 8th during the commercial.
He's fallen off 2 spots since the restart.
Well, you heard William Byron. He's extremely
6 of the top 7 are Toyotas. Ross is the only Chevrolet.
Has passed a few cars on the restart and has been door to door with Harrison Burton back here, lap after lap after lap. Cannot go anywhere. Mired back in traffic.
Yeah, it's log jam city when nobody wants to cut you a break, and it kills the momentum. Here we go. We got a little temperature action.
right there on the seats on the headrest. And it's actually censored from behind the driver where there might be a little bit of fan cooling, but the fan's just blowing hot air like a dryer. So 107 to start off right now.
That's exactly right. It might have air moving in there, but it's like a hair dryer blowing right in your face.
That was a quick check in there, but it's starting to get a little closer up front now.
Truex on the bumper of Reddick for the lead.
The Goodyear tires tracks like this in my mind. They just went through a cycle and it changes.
Hamlin is closing as well.
We're going to see how Toyota teammates, if they'll work together or if they're not going to work together. It's pretty early.
Truex for the lead.
Sir, 11 in tow. Look at the tow that he's getting off of those two cars racing side by side.
So you got to go where they're not. Look at that. Bottom lane, middle lane, top lane.
Truex takes the lead, 28 laps in.
7 positions with only Ross Chastain.
What, 4 different leaders? 5 different leaders so far, actually. Byron, Larson, Chastain, Truex, and Reddick have all led. Hamlin into second. Wouldn't be surprised if these two veterans here, I mean, Reddick's a veteran too, but not like Truex and Hamlin. I bet Reddick has annihilated his tires compared to these two. They are fast. Larson mid-pack. Almost got turned by the 3. Almost turned himself. He cut up across Austin Dillon.
And that's give and take, right? Nobody wants to give. Everybody's wanting to take. I mean, and back there, man, it's definitely tougher. It's more like you're at a bar and you can't find a chair. It's like, man, when am I going to get served here?
So hard to explain that, but it is. It's like war back there. I mean, just scratching for every single position, every inch, cannot pass. I mean,
Larson's 19th. He's gained 17 spots.
There in traffic. I think those cars, you know, way too loose.
We know he's fast.
Now, somehow they can get back up front clean air. It's going to be the only way.
Ty Gibbs for 4th place. And Gibbs is fat. Michael bet on Gibbs. Michael doesn't get off till 4. He'll chime in later, I'm sure. But he told me this morning he bet on Ty Gibbs. Gibbs, Blaney, and Bubba, I think, were his bets.
Chastain is the first Chevrolet in 5th. Michael McDowell is the first Ford in 10th.
We're already going back to commercial. Oh, look at the kids. Pit stops will probably happen in the next 10 or 12 laps.
Going around, and I see the camera on Ross, and I was like, when I left, I just kept contemplating. I was like, is this the time where I just give up?
It was Reddick.
I'm pretty close.
Michael's bets were Gibbs, Bubba, and Blaney, and look, Gibbs is 4th.
I kind of went crazy.
Wow.
One more.
You got the money team car. I want that Blaney one.
Why not? Do this one.
Oh, dude. What?
That one. Got the.
How much was my 600 ticket?
$50.
50.
Got the Chase KBB. This one is honestly my favorite. I thought that was.
I like that. Very good.
Sweet.
That's a hell of a deal. And those are good seats.
Yeah.
Chrysler. Did you look at the actual price of Chrysler section seats? They're fucking like $150 usually.
This has had me excited thinking about the future races. Because as soon as I see him he told me he's limited on Martinsville stuff.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I see something about it, Bristol, all that.
Bristol, $200 for a suite at Bristol. That might be worth it. I know it's still a lot, but it's less than it usually is, right? there's no fees.
That would be. Oh yeah, I think it's like unlimited drinks and everything. Like you get all the.
Damn.
All the pluses.
Y'all were thinking about getting a suite at Bristol. Because we have a thing where we can get it for like $200.
Hey, at least we're guaranteed next year there's 2 Toyotas that won't be running.
William Byron comes to pit
Yeah.
road. Regan.
Pit stops. Toyotas are super fucking fast. All of them.
On the right rear, much like it was last year in this race
This
as
could
well.
be good. We could see it might be the top 10.
That is a difficult.
They're about to be running first through sixth, all of them. Yep, there they go. Bill just passed Chastain, so Truex, Hamlin, Reddick, Gibbs, Bubba, and Bill, all the Toyotas.
Austin Cindric is in. It'll be his first stop of the day.
They all nailed it today.
William Byron speeding on pit road.
William Byron sped on pit road. My race is fucked. Logano plummeted immediately, and now my other bet sped on pit road under green.
They had that Cindric car.
Daniel Suarez coming to pit road as service continues on the 2.
Suarez
Cindric.
is turning into
Kyle Busch is in. Jamie.
Cheddars.
Busch not happy with his race car so far. Just loose
I don't know
center
if you've
entry,
seen the
could not
runners,
find
but
the
I've
grip
been
or feel it on the right
seeing a
side
lot
to the
about
start
Josh
of the
Berry
race. You see the red
Yeah.
track, they made an adjustment in the 99 2 times. So you
Yeah.
got a little bit of everything so far, Mike.
Ty Dillon in.
That's sucking.
4 tires for
Oh, and Michael McDowell raced his way up to 10th before pit stop, so McDowell's legit in the top 10.
lap 39.
I heard you talk about
Everybody's bailing out now.
This year they have
What have
been.
you thought about
They've been pretty good.
Michael
He's been
McDowell's
very
usually a top
quiet.
10
He just
car.
And Gilliland runs pretty well.
12
Yeah.
positions he's gained at the start of the race. A 4-tire stop.
That paint ski's making me want to try Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. Yeah. Reddick's McDonald's scheme is pretty nice.
Denny Hamlin making his way in as well.
Have they
Things have
announced
been
Larson's
pretty good
third
for Denny. He's been very
No, I
quiet.
hope it's the Kellogg's one. Yeah.
Pit box. He got busted
That's
speeding
a lot.
multiple times in this race last year. Something
Keep an
that
eye on Denny Hamlin on pit road. I said, man, he's got such a fast car that it'll all go to shit when they get on pit road.
free early. You saw the incident just
See
6
what Kyle
laps
Busch
in when
had
he got into the 5 with Larson.
Yeah.
Car pretty good overall. Good speed in that 45.
Harvick, Buscher, Chastain have made their stops. Now Gregson and Berry are in. So is Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, Justin Haley, and more.
Yeah, this is like the betting window right before the horse race. No pun intended with the Kentucky Derby yesterday, but everybody needs tires because
I think a Toyota's definitely going to
Let's
win.
go down to Regan.
Kurt, things are good right now for Martin Truex Jr. Just a little bit too tight on entry with that car to start the race off. In the 54, a Ty Gibbs, a strong start to the race for him right now. Still some room to grow with that car, though. It's just too tight for him.
Blaney, Larson, Burton are in. So is Jones.
Keep an eye on this map. Here he comes, 11.
Oh, Denny.
Short pitted him a little bit. Talking about Truex is off of pit road here.
The fuck is that ticker
Can he
doing?
capitalize on
Had
that?
Truex going
Get that
backwards.
position? I think he does, Kurt.
Looks
Yeah,
to
this
me
is
like
Here he comes off the 2.
You see this a lot in Formula One. If you can undercut a guy,
Goes by him.
oh, that momentum's huge.
11 to the lead.
Yep, Denny's going to be the leader.
Yeah, I guess the 19 missed pit road. Let's check his audio. There just wasn't a clean entry to pit road, so to speak.
Bring it up a bit too much. Let's hit this on. Second not green. Second not green. Keep rolling here. Keep rolling. Why you wait so long, man? Didn't understand you had the time, and I didn't know what you said.
Well, there's that heated debate. I was talking
They're back to
about.
fighting each other again.
Radio Banner is
Well, it gave him a win.
moving up a little bit in the 19. We've seen that before.
So this leaves Christopher Bell, Michael McDowell, and Corey LaJoy as the drivers who have not pitted, along with Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, and J.J. Yaley, who are on pit road of lap 7 and can go a bit further here.
Bell's coming. Here he comes. Yeah, he's going to toss it down in there. And so what we saw, though, was just a cleaner exchange by Denny Hamlin, and he wasn't speeding. And I can get into pit road stuff later in a little bit about how things are different on a green flag stop versus a yellow flag stop.
It's a good point, Kurt. Denny Hamlin's known for pushing the envelope and getting in trouble and having trouble on that pit road. This time it capitalized on that opportunity.
He'll speed later.
Christopher Bell just getting too loose
Yeah.
as he runs. And everything
To the tire was about to roll away on Bell's car.
from the center off of the corner in particular.
Josh Bilicki and so is Justin Haley.
We're not doing 8 to
That will
8s for the
leave just
remodel. I'm
Michael
doing 9 to
McDowell, who is
6.
the race leader, and Corey
Yeah.
LaJoy in second
There's a 1 hour
place.
break in that, so really it's like 8
The
hours.
cars that have not yet
But yeah,
made
it went from being
single
8 to 8 to 9 to 6. I'm like, you mean I hit to sleep like an hour and a half
here's
later than
McDowell.
I usually do? Okay.
He will give up the lead.
I was so dreading this week. I'm like, oh, it's about to suck for a few
At lap
days.
44.
But no. 9 to 6, Monday through Thursday.
Clean entry in. But yeah, what I was going to say was that on a green flag stop.
I already told them probably not streaming next week because it's the same day as Alice Cooper concert. I'll be watching, but I ain't going to bother streaming.
Under yellow, when everybody's boxed in together, that's when pit road speed is more important, because if you give up just a little bit, 3 guys might jump by you on pit road. So green flag stops are a whole different mindset.
Like
than yellow
7:30,
flag
8
pit
o'clock.
stops for a driver
So-
on pit road.
That's not the
Josh
last
Bilicki penalized too
Nah, it's
fast on pit
Spartanburg.
road.
Alice
Ryan
Cooper,
Preece
Spartanburg.
makes his stop. That leaves LaJoy,
But the race
leader,
will start till like 3:30, 4
with
o'clock. So.
Keselowski and Yaley and Chase
Just
Briscoe
fucking
to complete
stupid.
the
Let me look on the
first
schedule
round.
again, see the start time for Darlington.
Briscoe's been in. Bilicki serving his penalty now. Brad stopped at lap 7 on the restart, fell all the way to the back of the pack, and
Excuse me.
has just outlasted everybody to take the lead.
Well, give Luck a chance to operate here. Stay out as long as you can. Might catch that caution.
Yeah, and that's my boy Matt McCall. He always
3 o'clock. Okay, well,
out there on a long run if
that'll be
they're
close.
maintaining the lap times. If
I whether
you're
I get to
falling off
watch
like
streaming
William
all. I'll be
Byron,
watching it in the
that's why
car, but
Byron was one of the
Spartanburg's
first
what,
ones
like an
to
hour
pit.
away?
So it looks like Keselowski's not dropping off as quick
It
as
depends who's driving.
Cameron.
Who's driving?
Well, that's the play for sure.
Yeah.
What's going to draw you?
Cameron
in
said
is
he'll
the leader
go.
coming. Denny right on his bumper.
So Corey LaJoy will come in this time. He's the only car that has not been to pit road today.
Yeah, Brad pitted on the first pit stop for the Larson spin, so
Yeah, and that's part
yeah,
of it.
Denny's the leader
Like
now.
you said, if you're going to end up in a lucky dog spot, then you try to hang out there for a little bit just in case there's a yellow or a wheel comes off a car or somebody brushes
No,
the
he's
fence.
not. Yaley still ain't pitted either.
Maybe they're just
Yeah, he doesn't matter. Formula One champion J.J. Yaley has not pitted yet.
We've got ourselves this 2-horse race.
I like what you said there. All right, where's an opportunity? He's moving down, staying out of that air, but there's also now we have lap traffic because all these green flag pit stops and stuff.
And
like this.
Truex and Hamlin are bumper to bumper.
You use these levers as a big tool to get hurt.
Yeah, that's where the racer craft and the art
Yeah.
form of predicting where other guys are going to go.
I think Reddick kills his tires on the
That's where
long
you try to
run. That's
stay
why he
ahead of
fell
it,
off at
go
the
to
end of that
middle,
first
go
set of
high,
tires.
go low, and now
He's still going to be third, though.
on tires, this is when you want to try to make that
Why would I
pass.
not complain about a Truex back to back?
So Denny Hamlin
I was
and
thinking
Martin Truex come back on track after
Feel like everybody made the same statement I did last week. Congrats on your career last victory, Truex. And then he wins Kansas.
This week, Truex is going to win his next last race.
Denny's long overdue. I feel like.
You liking that fan?
You look Korean.
Hey guys, I got to see Boba Fett in the Star Wars game. I hate that that got spoiled for me. Yeah, one thing got spoiled in the Star Wars game. It was a side mission. And Boba Fett, who's a character from the movies, the bounty hunter, he shows up. And I was like, that would have been awesome to like react to. I'd be like, holy shit, it's fucking Boba Fett. But there was a YouTube video popped up my recommendations. Cal meets Boba Fett, Star
Is he
Wars
the
Jedi
one that kinda
Survivor.
looks like a stormtrooper?
Yeah. He's got like a helmet and armor.
Yeah.
He shows up. I was like, I would have really loved to have not been spoiled on that. Thank you, YouTube, for Cal Kestis meets Boba Fett, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And I'm like, and I was like, oh, it must be the bounty hunter side mission I'm still working on. Thanks. Everybody was talking about Bailey's pants last night.
Is that actually see-through?
Yeah.
Or like holes on
Yes. When Bailey came out, I said, Jesus Christ, Bailey, are you for real with those pants?
it? See, it would take everything in me not to wrestle. Because if I was a woman and I wrestle, I'd be like, oh yeah, I would grab that hole and do everything I can to rip it.
You could see she had a thong on underneath, though. So, people were at first like, she ain't wearing no underwear. It's like, yeah, she's wearing underwear. You can see she's wearing
She's
a fucking
definitely
thong.
got something.
Yeah. But I was like, damn, Bailey, you serious?
I learned today about the WWE curse of all the dudes having daughters.
Yeah.
I heard Edge talking about it. I was like, that's kind of crazy.
Truex is the leader again. Who's going to be the new world champion? The 12 superstars for the world title triple threat tournament are Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, Finn Balor, Rey Mysterio, Edge, Damian Priest, The Miz, Sheamus, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Cody Rhodes. I think it'll be Cody or Seth Rollins.
Damian Priest.
Honestly, after yesterday, he fucking deserves it. Damian Priest deserves it after yesterday. He won't get it, but he deserves it.
I feel like if I get back into wrestling right now, Damian Priest is probably who I'd be a fan of.
He's pretty good. Went out there and fucking made Bad Bunny look like a legend. And I like the way... So Bad Bunny beat Damian Priest, but it was with bullshit because early in the match, and I love that they did this, it was realistic. Priest beat the fuck out of Bad Bunny, hit him, boom, South of Heaven chokeslam. That's his finisher. 1, 2, and Priest pulls him up off the ground. So he had him beat, but he got cocky and wanted to kick his ass.
Sure did.
So I was like, yes, that's how you do it. Within 5 minutes, bam, got him beat, but now he wants to teach him a lesson.
So Martin Truex to the lead.
Look at all this lap traffic.
In traffic here.
Just like we talked about. He was in
car?
position.
Yes.
Oh my.
Did he go out the ear of the lappers? He moved around, got in position, and made that pass. Used them as a pick.
Oh, we got a wheel loose from the 14 on pit road.
Uh-oh, wheels come off to 14.
Oh,
If that rolls down pit road off onto the track, that'll be a yellow.
So he stopped, and now is another crew.
That's going to be a caution.
This was things that
Maybe not. It'll roll to the pit wall.
Will NASCAR throw a yellow, and it looks like the tire's going to make its way behind the wall.
And good call. Got all the way down to the pit
Briscoe's going to have to back down pit road to his box.
That would have been a penalty. Backing down pit
Yaley
road.
still ain't pitted. He's 11th.
Vacation, yes.
Tough break for Chase Briscoe, who had pitted at lap 7, and then has ridden out a full tank here, but now he will go laps down.
Yeah, it's pretty good for restarting dead last.
5th place, Brad Keselowski also pitted at lap 7, and is still on the racetrack.
Brad ain't pitted. Yaley ain't pitted.
Timely caution, had something going on there, had to pit and made it worse with the wheel not being tight.
Brad's good on
Costly
the
air for the 14.
His fucking picture does look like Butthead from Beavis and Butthead.
On that cycle, here comes Bubba Wallace.
He's always
6th place. There's Rick.
Well, Mike, just the update, the 6th car of Brad Keselowski, he was extremely tight to start the race, in particular on exit. They pitted, made an adjustment, topped it off with fuel. Not 100% certain, but they may try to stretch this right here.
That's almost what it's starting to look like.
So Chase Briscoe will get a pass-through for the uncontrolled tire, a very minor penalty compared to if that had happened last year. Yeah, it'd be a vacation for several crew members. Larry Mack, how about Brad's strategy now? He's not been on pit road since.
Safe to say I'm not winning money today. I should have at least bet on one Toyota.
So he pitted with 73 laps to go in his state. With that racing with 71
Yeah.
laps to go. I'm looking for
He's 25 to 1 and he qualified 6th. I was like, shit.
He does this shit all the
Right
time.
now, this is, we feel like he
If Logano can overcome what he had at Martinsville, he can do anything.
21 more laps on his tank of fuel, and if you look at it right now, there's 22 laps to go in the stage. Okay. Now Christopher Bell, a lap ago, whips past Brad Keselowski, and Bell is an interesting story here. He is the now 7th place car. He was in 5th prior to the green flag pit cycle. But because he came in 4 laps later than the leaders, they got out on fresh tires 4 laps sooner, and that is why Christopher Bell is now 15 seconds behind.
And that's also why you heard frustration out of Truex. Why did you keep me out a little bit longer? Frustrated, he lost that lead. But you cannot be the last one on pit road. You will lose.
Wait a minute, wasn't that the same frustration he had last week early in the race? Why did you pit me later? And James Small said, we have a plan.
Exactly.
And they ended up in victory lane.
Fuck you, Joey.
You gotta like it when a plan comes together.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it.
Keselowski and Matt McCall and the wizardry on what they're trying to do. If this pulls off, they'll have an extra set of tires. You know, if the yellow comes out at the stage break here in 20 and he makes it on fuel, they will have an extra set of tires to use and maneuver later in the race. It's like an extra $100 bill in your pocket.
Well, right now it's still paying off. If
he can remain up there and keep this track position, he bettered himself probably 20-some spots inside the top 10
Yep.
here. He was down and out almost.
Who's going to lead the most laps? Toyota. Who's got the most in the top 10? Toyota.
Long 19 to go.
Who's going to pass the most cars? Toyota, because Bubba started further back.
Who will have the best finish at the end of the race? You have two Toyotas, Truex and
61 laps
Denny.
complete. Martin Truex leading.
Truex.
Let's take a look at today's right combinations.
Denny will fuck up on pit road, or his crew will fuck up.
This may be hard to believe, but it has to do with Toyota and Kansas Speedway. They have 10 wins at this speedway, including 5 of the last 7.
Chevy.
1 year ago, Kurt
Chevy.
Busch driving the 45 Toyota won the race.
Oh, God,
Toyotas
oh,
had
man.
4 in the top 5, all
1 to
6
3,
in the
4 to
top
5,
10, and led a combined 171 of 267 laps. In the fall, Bubba
Suarez,
won the race
Chastain,
45,
Byron,
and
Larson,
Toyotas had
Berry,
4 in the top 5,
Noah.
and led a combined
That's
94 of
6.
267 laps. All this could be the subway right combination for the Toyota camp to get their 11th win at Kansas and their 4th win of 2000.
You know what sucks? There ain't no place that'll DoorDash ice cream. You can't DoorDash Sonic. You can't DoorDash Cookout. Fucking lame.
6 and 7 right now.
Because I was looking the other night. I tried an oven baked sandwich from Domino's for the first time. It sucked. I was so disappointed. Shit tasted like microwave Subway.
Okay, I can see your strategy there.
Which
I'm
team will have
some
the
floor
most
down there
laps
earlier.
led?
I don't know.
Hendrick
There's
or
plenty of
Gibbs?
GMs.
Gibbs.
But I see your strategy.
How many laps is each stage?
80, 80, and then 107.
Little scrape. Not too bad. Good save.
Good save, great save.
Yeah. And Kyle Larson is working on the top 10. Here he is against Kevin Harvick, the lap car of Josh Bilicki.
Larson has stormed back through the field.
Excuse me.
And they say you can't pass.
Gotcha.
That worked perfect, Kurt.
That did. I thought he was going to car him all the way.
Larson, if he's not winning this year, he has no luck.
On Harvick, but that's a respect move for Larson.
I think he's good enough to run with all the Toyotas. He's the only one. Kyle Busch is better this run. He's 10th. He was 14th before pit stops.
He restarted last, 36th.
I was going to say, man on a mission. Here we go again. It's getting choosing a lane that somebody's not in and working with your car's setup.
All that under green and 3 pit stops.
To this racetrack.
Yeah, he spun and that was it.
And the way that the car will work on entry. Cars that are complaining and are dropping off pace don't have that corner entry speed.
You nailed it. I think that key is whatever setup you figured out last year. They're still using it today, and it's still working.
Remember, stay in touch with that guy about Wilkesboro. I know he said it's not likely. Yeah.
Stage 1
He said he only gets
Truex,
tickets
Hamlin, Reddick,
for
Gibbs
races
in
that are
command.
technically not sold out.
Right.
He said the only thing not sold out right now is weekend passes. But NASCAR doesn't know if they're going to break them up into single-day tickets and give them to the discounts, or if they're going to keep them as a race package.
That's what I'm waiting on single days.
Like the Charlotte,
Sundays.
the Charlotte weekend, you can go to the truck, Xfinity, and Cup race, $70
Yeah.
for the whole weekend.
I might still try to go to the Xfinity race.
He said he don't even accept Atlanta tickets from them because they're so hard to get rid of. I was like, dude, I could probably get
Makes
them for
sense.
free.
Yeah.
I'm still tripping over the 600 though.
So who's that guy work for? What's he do? Is he just like an independent? Like, what the fuck's the
I
story
don't know,
there?
the email he had for PayPal.
I got the tickets on my phone. He's legit.
Let's see. SummitCompanies.com. And all he told me was
Chase and Josh Berry are better off than they were at the start. They've at least gone forward. They're 15th and 16th side by side.
the thing that
Lap
scares
69.
me though with Wilkesboro is like how he said last year for the Southern 500, 3 days before the race they sent him 20 tickets.
Yeah.
That makes sense on now why people stand outside of the track and go, tickets, you want to buy a ticket? Because they got a shit ton of
Gibbs is passing Reddick for 3rd. Man, this is the best Cup race Ty Gibbs ever run. I just want to see him win so I can laugh at all the Noah fans. Like, hey, Ty Gibbs won before you because Noah sucks and Ty's actually good.
Wait until Noah's in a Toyota. Denny done got back to Truex.
Yep.
That gap to 3rd.
They got a 10-second gap over Ty Gibbs. Jesus Christ. How's that happen? In a series that's competitive and they're all driving basically the same car, the Toyotas.
That was amazing.
And Denny's going to take the lead. Had a lot of lead changes today.
I used to hate races like that.
Like 5 different leaders in the first 28 laps.
Not a mine. It's only 2 good cars.
Ooh, you see AJ get loose on the bottom there. AJ.
Oh.
That helps you on the straightaway to have a car in front of you like
Who's
that.
ready for Newman next week?
Yeah, Newman's back. Maybe that Rick Ware car will crack the top 20 now, top 25. Instead of running 30th or worse every week.
Oh, man.
Hamlin clears him. Oh, did Truex bump? Did he touch AJ?
For the lead, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex.
54
They
plus
are
45
10
is 99
seconds ahead of the field. Now here comes Brad Keselowski, who just stopped for fresh tires. He should blast right through here.
Oh.
Man, I was so excited to see if they were going to stretch it to the end, but they were losing so much lap time. They had to just abort, come in, put on tires, and try to stay only 1 lap down.
Brad, like they said, Brad should fly right by him, but look how Denny stretched it out on him in that corner. That's how fast Denny's car is. Now you're going to see the difference when he came off the corner. Yeah, I ain't winning no money today. William Byron's knocked the wall down. He sped on pit road, and he just hit the wall under green. He's coming off pit road. Did you see how loose Byron's car? That's the same thing his car did when he was leading the race at the beginning. That's how he lost the lead. He came off the 2 and got dead sideways. And that's the second time the wall saved him, because he was going to junk that car earlier. God damn, I ain't going to win shit today. It's not even the end of stage 1. I'm like, well, I'm done.
And oh my gosh, it's going to be one of those days.
It happens that way sometimes. You get a whole city car and you feel overconfident, and you ended up with just 2
Yeah.
balance.
He was the favorite. Reddick was the favorite.
You know, you hear him talking about.
I was surprised
that
at the
rear,
but I was like,
I'm thinking that car's too low and it's riding on that shock.
I mean, betting on Byron's the best thing to do. He's been the best car all year long. And he was on the pole at 8.5 to 1. So why not? The favorites were Reddick, Larson, and Hamlin.
Ross could have like 6 wins.
Sprint car racing.
Steady Eddie doing exactly what he needs to do to fill in.
You won't wreck Ross.
Steady Eddie.
You get the caution.
Jamie?
It has been a difficult weekend for the
Cedric's just got lapped. They've lapped all the way up to 19th place. Austin Dillon's last car on the lead lap at 19th.
Yesterday they unloaded first practice run. They brought it right back in. Wanted to make changes. Threw a bunch of changes.
Shows you how fast Larson is. He started dead last when this went green after his spin. He's 10th on the lead lap comfortably.
Joey said it just will not turn. He qualified 6th, and now he's falling back to 5th.
At least Joey's not alone today, because Blaney's running like not that great either. And Cindric always sucks, and the 21 sucks always as well.
Come on, Tice.
So Joey's just kind of right in the middle of all his teammates.
Making moves now.
You said that we heard Denny Hamlin's crew chief there talking about just the weekend's perfect, right? Everything was set up.
I'm so glad that for Chase's throwback next week, they changed the number font. Those Ray Evernham number fonts are awesome.
That 22 car Sims definitely got some sort of virus going on. Not spitting out the right information.
No, I like it when you find that zone. When you're in the zone, crew chief, engineer, driver, that's when things start to slow down and you're able to.
Well, you can always go back and get another one.
When I literally opened the door and seen the shirt, I was like, fuck, this is
Larson was obviously digging out a huge hole that happened.
I'll take it.
That was when
And their cars are moving forward.
Really?
Regan can update us on Larson, whose car's way up to 10th place.
Well, Mike, he is digging out that hole that Kurt just mentioned, but so far it's going very well inside the car. The car is perfect through turns 3 and 4. He told the team turns 1 and 2. Just a little bit of work to do there. He's a little bit too free, but very calm and collected for Kyle Larson right now.
If you finish this race with a clean
Doing what you need to do, not making mistakes.
Everybody's probably going to have a scrape on the right rear or something.
Being spread out like this. When it was jumbled
No,
up on the
Larson's
restart, he
top
couldn't
5
make any hay at all. 2, 3 wide in front of him, a lot of dirty air. The race is spread out. We can methodically pass them one by one.
7 wins.
Here are the standings coming into the race. We'll award stage points here in 2 more laps.
Get
For
Ford out
stage
of
1.
here.
Stage points so important with these teams. Heard Bubba Wallace tell us how important that is and how desperate they're needing stage points to get back
for
in
now.
that points game. Then on the flip side of that, the playoff picture, once you get into that playoff, get in through the stages, that's that padding that you need.
Man, if he didn't get more of those, like, remember they gave him the 100 back and they took 60? They gave him the 60 back. He could probably be still in the playoffs by the time he gets back.
Just trying to hang on to that lead lap.
Well, 1 down. He was 2 down.
Yeah, he's just
So now he's the tail end of 1 down, and he can stay in front of Denny, and he will. Denny Hamlin.
Old Dennis. The bad news, Denny, you're about to have to come back to pit road and put your race at risk again. But luckily, you've lapped up to 19th place. There's only 19 cars, 20 now on the lead lap.
Denny Hamlin, stage 1 winner from Martin Truex, Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, and...
Oh, shut up.
We had a Chevy in the top 5.
Yeah, Rod. Still laughing on the Kevin Nash podcast when he told his co-host Sean about this old Hustler article he read back in the day, where the guy goes, "I'm a pretty normal guy, 11 soft." It's like, no, you're not. 11 soft.
L.W. Wright. Ass P.
I've seen that. Ass Speedway.
Time for our Credit One Bank ones to watch.
The day they realized what Atlanta's supposed
who
to
you got
be.
your eye on?
Do you know what I'm
I still like that meme. Remember Big Cass in WWE and he comes out on the screen, it says Big Cass, but his head was in front of the seat. It's just his big ass.
So that's who I'm watching. The way that he stays calm, he's just like Zen.
He sucked. Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Ty Gibbs, you know, he's running third
Good in a
right
tag
now,
team,
and
though.
if he
Him and
can
Enzo
run
and
with
Maury
these
were a good tag
veterans
team.
and 2311 and Joe Gibbs Racing.
Some guys just suck, but they're good in tag
He's having a
teams.
pretty good day.
Absolutely.
Larry Mack.
Yeah, Mike, I've got my eye on the only driver that seems like he can run up near the front that doesn't have a Toyota
Dutton.
inside that race car, and that's Daniel Suarez. In that
I disagree. I think Larson's the best non-Toyota. But Suarez is pretty good.
Look at his last 8 races. He only has 2 top 20 finishes, so it's actually good to see him running up front.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chase Elliott. I haven't heard a lot from Chase today. 2018 winner. Started back in 21st today, has worked his way up to 13. He's definitely somebody we're going to have to watch in this next stage. Back to you, Mike.
Jamie Mack, thank you. Those are your Credit One Bank ones to watch.
You know, obviously I was talking about the Toyotas and the fast and the speed.
But Boyer
ones
can't
to
say
absolutely
Toyota.
watch.
Toyota.
Road.
Whoever can beat each other. Look at those two cars right there, Mark Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin. Whoever's team
Talladega.
put that car out front
Or on a road course, Rusty used to call them ripple strips, not rumble strips.
Probably will be. Yeah, this is just the second
Flat
stop
flying
of the
over
day.
them
There's
ripple
still so
strips
much
at
more work that
the
they have to
Talladega
get
road
through,
course.
but again, it's minimizing mistakes, and here we have a yellow flag pit stop.
I wish
where
Dale Jr. would
you
run Sonoma
can
this
lose
year.
a lot more if you're not on your lights or if the pit crew stumbles.
2014, 2015, Junior would have a chance to win Sonoma.
Free pass here at the end of stage 1. Here come the lead lap cars to pit road. Jamie.
45 to Tyler Reddick led 23 laps already today. Felt okay taking off. Builds free. Gets almost as loose as it did in the first run. So they want to go more on those adjustments from the first round. It stops 4 tires there. 11 of Denny Hamlin.
Watch Denny stop.
A little bit free. So let's try an adjustment here. A little wedge adjustment for him in a 4-tire stop.
Good stop for Denny. Slow stop for Reddick. Denny's going to win the race off pit road. Denny, Truex, and Ty Gibbs, Suarez, and Bubba, the top 5. Larson up to 8th. Reddick lost 5.
I was going to have to circle that one.
Yep.
-5 for the 45.
Still working on William Byron's right rear. His day's fucked anyway.
Hard to make up what you lose on pit road, Kurt.
Just got to roll your sleeves up and get after it.
Mark Rita, an original employee of Fox Sports, passed from cancer Friday.
Man, they lost the
He
last
started
2
as a
weeks in a row.
graphic operator on Fox NFL.
Don't work for
Arizona
Fox.
Diamondbacks baseball.
You'll get
winning the
cancer.
World Series ring, and was on the faculty at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism.
Anybody miss
Arizona
football
State.
yet? I miss football.
The ultimate team
Schedule
player.
comes out this
In
week.
his 40-plus-year career, Mark worked with many of our Fox
Schedule
NASCAR
comes out
team.
Friday?
Mark Rita
Yeah,
was
Friday.
65.
I'm ready for the first 3. I need to see what my offense looks like. I like to see a team that can score some touchdowns.
It's been a while since you had that. But when you had it, there's nobody better. Remember that game against the Colts? And the Steelers scored like 58 points or some shit. Like 2016 or 17
Oh, yeah.
or something. See y'all. I fucked up at work. I got too comfortable. I started wearing the Crocs to work. And since we're doing that remodel this week, I'm probably just wearing the Crocs. When I wear the Crocs to work, that's my commitment to myself that I'm not doing shit. So Thursday and Friday of this past week, I was like, yep, I'm wearing the Crocs. Kyle Busch, too fast on pit road. He was up to, what, 10th or 11th? I think 11th before the pit stop. Now he'll be 20th. Tail end of the lead lap. Everybody was all happy that Tony chick from Arco, she finished 15th in her first truck race. Dude, like 10 trucks didn't finish the race. There was a lot of wrecks. But she finished 15th. At least Haley Deegan outran her. Haley Deegan finished 12th.
The only thing I was surprised with was Zane Smith didn't win.
Yeah. Kyle Busch not winning is the big
Until I
fucking
learned
surprise.
that Grant Enfinger was really good at Kansas.
You see the Ford truck, how hard he hit Eckes yesterday after Eckes had been sitting there? Trucks are getting closer to ARCA every week.
The Standells sang about dirty water. Larry's going to sing about dirty air with his Toyota Cutaway car.
Toyota Performance Cutaway car.
Kansas Speedway is a driver talking about being in dirty air at this fast mile and a half.
Did you guys see the immense overreaction from the Boomers? Jimmy Johnson sold the devil going to Toyota. How dare you? I've been a Johnson fan for 20 years. Never again. It's like, then you were never a fan. If what he drives is that big of a fucking deal to you. So, oh man, they did the thing that's best for their company by going to the manufacturer that offered them more money and support. Oh, or they could just keep running 25th every week in the shit they're driving right now, right? Because they suck this year. Noah's having a pretty decent day though. Noah's 13th, but all this year Noah and Eric Jones have ran like shit. Jimmy Johnson at Daytona had a better race than any of them have had the rest of the season.
Stop to top off as we get ready to resume here. Tyler Reddick's team had trouble with the jack. That's why he came out.
Oh, that 45 team always jacking off.
Chase 11. He has strong runs so far for Daniel Suarez in that 99 car. Told him he was doing a great job of running the bottom. Now, his only complaint was that the car just a little bit free everywhere. I told him, we're going to make a wedge adjustment.
Byron.
Last caution. He said, hey, let's not go too far.
I'm fucked.
I like being a little free so I can run the top fast.
This Joey's on the lead lap. Need one of them big-ass Kansas wrecks. We get one big Kansas wreck almost every year.
On his stop, he had to back up into his stop so they could tighten a nut, and then he got nabbed for speeding on the exit.
15-1. Imagine that.
Here's some Kyle Larson audio. He's in 8th place.
I've done it over with the pathways, but it gets came down to me multiple times about Tyler's apologism. Yeah, no, that's fine. I got tired. I had no runs. You're trying to get mine. It's fine.
All good?
Nothing phases that kid. Every single
When Larson got turned, I knew the moment he got turned, like, he saved it.
School.
And then he saved it and just drove on. I was like, yeah, I knew it. He spun, came to a complete stop, slid sideways, turned it around.
99 spotter, Frank Kimmel the third as they come to the Geico restart zone.
Suarez, 3 wide to the bottom. Go! Blaney goes 3 wide to the bottom on Suarez. Now watch Gibbs around the outside. Earlier on the restart, Gibbs passed like 4 cars in the first turn coming around the outside. Oh, Blaney. Oh, Suarez. Jesus Christ, they're fucking 4 wide.
Almost got turned around. I mean, it all started with Blaney on the bottom, and he had to check up big, and it was like a chain of events all the way up to the top.
Truex running hard to get this lead around the outside of Hamlin.
Almost turned him around. That cost
Truex leads a lap.
Suarez 8 positions as the battle for the lead is back on.
So this is important. Watching those 2 cars, there's without a doubt that
Damn,
Mark
Denny
Truex
straddling the apron
Jr.
almost.
has the short run speed. Did they make an adjustment there that he can match the long run speed of the 11?
Gibbs going to get this spot as Ross is pulling up on him.
What this is right now, it's an arm wrestle right now of who's going to take the lead and get the clean air.
Ross is back. He fell off at the end of stage 1. He's back now. He took advantage of Suarez and Blaney's mistakes.
And Chastain pops up in front of Ty Gibbs to take that spot. 3 wide behind them. Here comes Chase Elliott, bottom of the race.
Wow, Chase just passed Bubba, Larson, and Blaney all at once.
Now he's going to try to roll the momentum off top side.
He's got it rolling now. Ooh, Larson.
Did you see Bubba Wallace move up and take the air off the nose of Larson? Just what Larry was talking about in that cutaway car. Took the air off of him. He shot to the outside, had to lift out of the gas very tight.
It's pretty wild, these guys. I mean, there's so many different battles to choose from. And here, these guys have been stuck side by side. Are you going to give and take? Get going. Get single file.
Now coming off 4, Reddick turned down underneath.
Fuck that race. Get your positions.
And now closes off the high line.
And then Bubba was able to make a move back and take that spot back away from Chase Elliott.
Yeah, because Chase has a 10th place car. That's it.
Probably. Suarez still struggling.
Moving up on Daniel Suarez.
Come on, cars coming
Not a good restart at all for Suarez. Now we're mired.
Yeah, this is about as poorly as it could have gone for Suarez. Larson hasn't gone anywhere either, I'm shocked to say. Chase is the big mover now. Chase and Bubba.
In a spot you don't want to be in, it's like you're just on 1 foot, and everybody else has got 2 to run by you.
I'd say it. You heard that.
54. Thought he was going to get caught in the 45's dirty air, and that would help Bubba make the pass, but now they're just 3 wide. Woo! Bubba cleared Gibbs and Reddick at the same time. I like it.
We've got a 23-11 Big Mac. Sorry, I mean, I was looking all at this. I'm like, boys, these were all teammates with each other at 23-11 in a certain capacity. And it's like, God, everybody just settle here.
Well, Bubba Wallace just about shaved the nose off of Ty Gibbs' car coming up in front of him there.
So there's a short run speed. We just talked about it. Now Denny's drove back to him.
And this is unbelievably competitive with Hamlin and Truex.
All the way down the front.
The last time it took lappers. Used a lapper to make the pass.
Truex back on his door. It's going to be a matter of will Denny slide up in front of him and take away the momentum.
I don't think he's going to get it done yet. Hanging on the outside, Truex. Here he comes back off of 2.
These Toyota guys know that they've got a 1-up, and it's a matter of who's going to be in position the longest.
It takes me exactly back to what I just said. The 11 to Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, Bubba's making moves. Yeah.
Right
Hamlin and Truex had the track position to start to run, and they're fast. Bubba's the fastest now, I think, based on how he was able to handle traffic.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the 45, though, Reddick must have slipped up because he's getting swallowed up by a bunch of cars right now. He was just battling for 3rd, and it just continues to slide a little further back. But, I mean, these guys, again, we talked about Hendrick, we talked about with the Toyotas, with 2311 and JGR, that's who we're seeing. The cream is at the top.
Yeah, all your money.
Notice right front of the 5 when it went by. He's been in the back of some.
Should have had the confidence to bet on Bubba.
The lettering was rubbed off of his right front tire.
Bubba at Kansas is very much akin to Eric Jones at Darlington. It just doesn't make sense. Like, Bubba's good. Eric Jones is good, too. But, you know, there was kind of 10th, 12th at most places. But they show up to these tracks, and they're just awesome. Bubba at Kansas, Eric Jones at Darlington.
It's got a long way to go.
Blaney in 7th. Christopher Bell drops low in turn 3. Single file in front of them. Blaney is the first Ford.
And Hamlin's trying to take the lead back.
Here comes that battle for the lead again. Denny's a faster car on this long run. But somehow, some way, he's going to have to make this bottom work. Maybe a slide job, Kurt.
Harder they race, the quicker Bubba will catch them. I think Truex let him go that time.
Just take it. There it is. Yep. You were feeling it too, Boyer. I mean, you're this many laps into the run. It's about time to start taking that move.
And if you wait too long, you get stalled out back there behind that leader, and you start wearing your stuff out. And that wake that Larry talked about, you really lean on the right front. You can get that car tight and get yourself in trouble, and all of a sudden that advantage goes away.
It's a little cat and mouse already. This is interesting.
Here he comes back.
Yeah.
Truex taking the lead back again.
Denny didn't get off of 2 very good at all.
These guys.
Is there a point at which this becomes aggravating? For one or the other of these two?
The
Hamlin
point
holds
of
him off.
Racing a teammate is to show the respect and to have that, back and forth. And right now, one guy's car might be better for this run. This guy's car might be better for that portion of the run.
But you got to get it sorted out.
Xfinity at Darlington, always one of the best races every fucking year.
That's why you need. Jamie, you got something on Blaney?
I wish I was going.
Running Penske driver right now, but talking to his crew chief, Jonathan Hassler, he told me that the nose changes and aero changes that they made in the off-season really hurt Team Penske on the 1.5-mile tracks. They've been really trying to figure out something to move the needle, and they found it a little bit in practice for Blaney, but right now he's just saying he is so tight, screaming on the radio after the restart. Terrible.
Screaming. I don't like when Blaney screams. It's kind of scary.
And Almirola. 100 laps complete in Kansas. Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex just trading the lead back and forth at will.
That song's about a boner. A bad boner. That's what Beavis and Butthead said when they watched that music video. Hey, Beavis, this song's about a boner. Yeah, a bad boner. Whenever I think of George Thorogood, I think of that song he had, NASCAR 99, on the PS1. Got to reach out to the drum people this week. They got to send me another drum and another fucking cymbal. Hamlin's got about a second on Truex now, according to the leaderboard thingy.
Kansas City, Brooks and Dunn Thursday night. The Trucks Saturday night. There's the old Western Auto sign. His very landmark. IDW. And the Savannah Bananas, of course, last night for some of our crowd. And here at the Speedway, Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex. Wow. So in Clint's Super 6 contest, here we are in stage 2. But at the end of the race, which of these drivers will be ahead and by how many positions? Right now, that number is 2. Truex in second, Chastain in fourth.
Hamlin's lead is growing.
We know where the odds are in that
Hey.
question there, but Kansas Speedway, for whatever reason, always has some sort of caution comes up.
So remember when Bubba won here last? Dude, did you see the comments on Facebook this week? And they're like, Bubba won last time. Can he get it done again? He didn't win. It rained. It's like, no, actually, he fucking won.
It rained. It can't.
No, it didn't. Oh. Cindric just knocked the wall down. Yeah, they were commenting.
I was like, wait a minute.
One guy kept up, Bubba didn't win, it rained! And I'm like, no it didn't.
I think he had a flat. He was running 19th.
Got into the wall very early, rode it all
And
the
then
way around.
it was just because it was Kurt's car. And I'm like, oh, so you're saying the other car Bubba drives holds him back. Somebody gets in a car that's good, he can actually win with it.
He had a flat before he got
So
there.
what if it wins in the 23?
They won't have an excuse then. They win today.
Like they did last year.
Yeah, that's literally all they did. Oh, wow. Well, that's off of Cindric's car, I'm assuming.
It's a little different
You
there.
picked a fine time to leave me, loose hub.
Or it just hit it that hard and changed
I think
things.
the wheel come off. I think the nut was off of it.
Ready.
No help.
You pit here because you can make it to the end of the
We've seen
stage.
this. Yeah, the wheel fell off.
It fell the fuck off after he hit the wall. It fell off after he hit the wall, so that's not a penalty.
The wheel.
They had a tire go down, he hit the wall, and then the shit broke.
Something there, and it just cuts that alloy wheel right in half.
Just like one of those Haas tool cutters on a lathe. It just goes right
There was
through
one
it,
guy
right through the wheel.
insisting that when Bubba won
Nut was
Kansas
off
last
of it,
fall, it's
the wheel
because it
falls
rained.
off and still
I'm like, dude, the sun is out.
Right around
In the
that
video,
rim.
in the videos of Bubba winning last year at Kansas, the fucking sun is out.
Boat on the bottom of the
It
cave.
rained.
If that wheel wobbles, it'll just sit there to Mike's point and cut it just like you put it in a lathe.
So let's talk about who benefits here. Brad Keselowski on the
They go out there and
stage
pick up the
ending
invisible
caution
debris
took
like
the
that
wave
one
around.
NASCAR official I keep talking
And
about.
this caution will put Keselowski solidly back on the lead lap.
Keselowski's back on the lead lap.
I think I saw the lug nut right
That was a
behind
huge break
truck
for
on the
him.
ground.
He took the wave around under the last caution because he pitted so late in the stage, and now he catches one here.
Hey, you think it's hot out there? Boys are drinking some water today.
90+ degrees ambient temperature.
That lug nut's somewhere in this racetrack.
We're going to have a big pit road.
It's going to be busy.
Looks like a narrow pit road to me, but
Bubba Wallace, 17th to 3rd.
that's pretty wide pit road. Just looks narrow from that other angle.
Neutral could be a little bit tighter, so they'll make a
Get this
slight
lead, 23 team.
adjustment with air pressure and 4 tires there. Denny Hamlin, same thing. Said he wants to be just a little bit tighter for the
Don't fuck it up.
turns. Wants a little bit more of that last adjustment and a clean windshield there.
A little bit.
Regan.
Yeah, it's a slow stop for Denny. Slow stop. Not like horrible, but a slow stop compared to his competition. Bubba's going to get the lead. New leader, Bubba Wallace. They nailed it. I called it. Oh, what happened to Chase? Well, Chase is going to the rear. Bubba Wallace takes the lead.
Put the left rear seam working on it. I think the lug nut wasn't on.
Man, that'll drop them all the way to the back. These boys stay tough up pit road.
Well, we're battling just as hard in the infield as they.
We're going to be doing that at North Wilkesboro.
We should.
I
Look
wanna
how
walk
Brock
around with that all
Lesnar
day.
do.
After the race, will you run me to drop in? So I get some drinks, because the store's going to be closed and we're not allowed to buy anything, so I need drinks for work. It'll be nice having some Powerades. I get to go swimming this week. The hotel me and Tash were staying at has a pool. It's the one over by Walmart. It's like, yay. I was like, that's worth it alone just to have access to a pool for a week. I keep talking about, man, I want to go swimming. I want to go swimming. I need a friend with a pool. I never had a friend with a pool growing up. We was all poor as shit. Didn't know anybody with a fucking pool. There was a time where my mom would go to one of her friends' house to use their tanning bed, and they had a pool. And that was nice. I missed that. So I had like 2 summers where I had access to a pool. Bubba Wallace, too fast on pit. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. He's the leader. Just wanted to make you guys shit yourselves for a second.
Who the fuck cares? That's what he deserves.
It ain't gonna rain, is
In
it?
the back of the bus.
It rained.
And on a beautiful, bright, and sunny 90-degree Sunday, Bubba Wallace won at Kansas. It rained.
I saw that you mentioned Damian Priest earlier. There was a Raw last year I didn't watch because I wasn't back watching yet, but it was when Edge, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley were in the Judgment Day together. And they're doing a live promo, and Edge is sitting on this throne, and Priest is on one side with his arms crossed, and Rhea's on the other side. And when they come out commercial, Priest goes, "Hey!" And you see the camera go, like the camera got jumped. You see Edge go, Edge is trying not to laugh. Priest has this really deep voice. He goes, "Hey!" And the cameraman goes, like he wasn't paying attention, and Edge trying not to laugh. It's like, man, if I'd have been watching that live, I'd have pissed myself laughing. That was so good. Hey!
Chase Elliott had a problem with the left rear wheel nut. Alan Gustafson talking with his crew. Elliott will restart 19th. Denny Hamlin will restart 6th. He dropped back, and Hamlin...
Slow start for Denny. Bad start for Chase. Bubba takes the lead.
So it's going to be Wallace and Chastain up front.
I wish there weren't stages now. Because we got Bubba out front. Oh, God. Dude, if he wrecks Bubba, Bubba will probably punch him in the mouth afterwards.
Leads the field here for the restart.
Now, Ty Gibbs is going to wreck Bubba for the win, and the Boomers won't know what to do because they hate Ty Gibbs, too. They hate Ty, they hate Bubba. They won't know what to do.
That's a weird time.
1 lap down. Austin
I love seeing Josh Berry up in there.
For losing a wheel out on the racetrack. And
looking at the Dale Jr.
Oh, yeah. That paint scheme looked good on that car. There we go. Ross definitely beat Bubba in the restart box. Damn. Yeah, jump that. Bubba's the first leader to take the outside today, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like the leader all day took the bottom. You want that top. I'm not surprised to see Bubba take the top and drive off. Take off, Bubba. Take off. Ross might have jumped the restart, I think. Bubba was definitely not laying back. It was Ross. Ross was way ahead of the car behind him and ahead of Bubba at the line, so Ross might get penalized here.
Are we okay if Larson pays Bubba back a little overdue?
Guys everywhere. It's just so neat to watch the way that some people use momentum, and some guys want to stick it on the bottom. Then there's the top side. That's where Gibbs has been making up a ton of time.
Blaney and Josh Berry, there's not a lot of room up there. Oh, Kyle Busch going to pass them all. Kyle Busch just passed 3 cars. Because Berry nearly, I think he did rub Blaney into the wall a little bit. You see one car slow down, like 10 cars go, no, just eat them alive.
The draft down the straightaway, and then you want to fan out into the corner where you grab that clean air.
Check out, Bubba. Check out. Ross got loose off of 2. Truex takes second. They haven't penalized Ross. I guess it's good. It was close. NASCAR's like, we can't penalize Ross. He'll make this interesting.
Remember me, boys? Yeah, I'm back. And that's our friends right there, Chastain and Hamlin. They are like oil and water. They love to battle each other. Now,
I knew Larson had a car good enough to run with these guys.
Tosses it down in there to try to clear them both.
Surprised Chastain went to the bottom.
Chase already back up to 15th. He started, what, 23rd?
The run of 5 to the bottom of Chastain. NASCAR has reviewed the restart, said it was a clean restart, no penalties.
And Larson,
that's close.
On up. Watch this. Dirty air. Here, chew on this. That car is rolling right now. That 5 car is entered stage 1 here. He's back on the main stage.
Yeah, I think he's the only car. This is obvious analogy here, but he is the
Truex about to take the fucking lead. You can't stop Truex. Either Truex or Hamlin, whichever one gets out front. Unless they're both out front together, then they actually do trade the lead. And here comes Truex.
He's not going to be in front for long. Truex to the bottom.
We'll see how hard he races him.
Fight him, Bubba. Fight him. He's gonna. Just might not have enough for him.
There's times where you want to let a guy go as quick as you can. Just get back in line and get your groove and run your
Truex making passes on the bottom. Everybody else has to go to the top to get any kind of run. Truex and Hamlin are passing guys on the bottom more than anybody else.
Last thing you want to do is be door to door and allow that, punch that huge hole.
Now Bubba's going to try his luck on the bottom. I just don't think anybody but Truex or Hamlin can do that consistently.
You just went low just to try to get that clean air, and now just draft again and just try to get away and just separate yourself.
Well, unfortunately, by doing that, he is pulling Kyle Larson right to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, Larson's here. Hello.
He's fast, though. That 5 car's
Now he's on the bottom.
Bubba ain't going to give the spot.
Doesn't like the bottom, though. See how he got to the bottom? Got tight.
Yeah, Larson's too loose on the bottom.
On the outside, the momentum.
That's why Truex and Hamlin have such an edge.
Reddick makes the pass for 7th, and Kyle Busch, there reminds us, what a rebound from the speeding penalty back at lap 80 for Kyle Busch. Now, you talked about that penalty, Kurt. They had a problem in the pits, and you said that penalty might have been self-inflicted on purpose.
as far as him speeding on pit road exit, they already had a loose wheel.
So they already had the penalty.
They already had a penalty, so Kyle Busch from the 8 was going to start in the back. And so Kyle then pushed his lights a little extra just to make sure they would double check with NASCAR if they were going to get a speeding penalty. That is how close it is on pit road. If you already got a penalty, starting in the back, just go double check your lights again.
Yeah, it's a free trial, right?
Free paddle. Yep.
You're gonna start.
I've seen Kyle. There was an Xfinity race once. Kyle Busch sped on the pit road, and he knew he did. So they changed the tires, launches out of his box, and goes like 150 down pit road. Because like I already knew I was speeding, and it saved him time because he knew he was going to get a penalty. So he just sped off a pit road since he sped coming on, came back around and served the penalty. I can't remember. I think that was it. I think it was at Kansas or somewhere like that. Kyle did that in an Xfinity race once. He just hauled ass out of pit road because he already knew he sped.
Harrison Burton now was announced earlier this week that
So you might as well save what little time you can. You're going to have to do a pass through. They don't penalize you twice for the same visit to pit road. So
that Toyota will become an 8-car manufacturer in the Cup Series next year, up from 6 this season.
yeah, Blaney's. Penske's not good. Penske's just flat out not good. They are way off. Looks like a inverted Hershey pack. Looks brown. Is that brown? It's like shiny metallic brown.
Suarez ran up in the top 5. In fact, he was the only Chevy in the top 8 for quite a while. And then after a difficult restart, he's backslid to 16th place here. Asking if the nose was cracked or if there was, in other words, doesn't have the speed that he felt like he had earlier. Is there a problem aerodynamically with the front of that car?
I'd say somebody slid up and he ran into the back of him pretty hard, showing him the displeasure and was afraid that he cracked the nose.
Exactly, yeah. It could have happened on the restart where they're grabbing gears, or somebody might have chop blocked him and then he just, hit from behind and might have a damaged nose.
Truex driving away.
Move, restarted 20th, now up to 11th. Chasing the top 10, where Martin Truex leads Bubba Wallace by a little less than a second. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain, the top 5.
Ooh, I didn't see that. Yeah, Kyle Busch and Reddick almost wrecked. Dylan, somebody zoomed in on the track map earlier. Oh, we'll start over in a second. Oh. Damn, Michael McDowell's fast.
Michael McDowell.
Oh, wait, he backed up to give everybody a chance. Dana White says Power Slap's social metrics are greater than the NFL, NBA, NHL, F1, and WWE combined.
No,
I would say that's a fucking lie.
The NHL is pretty competitive.
Nobody said they get more engagement on social media than all those combined. Like, really? More than the NFL? Like, that alone makes you full of shit.
I bet if you went to Canada, you'd be like, holy fuck, you guys don't watch anything but hockey.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the issue with us is we have so much variety. I did see where they said NASCAR fans are the most, I guess in a sense you could say dedicated fans.
NASCAR's literally the only reason I ever got Twitter. I remember the day I got it. It was 2010 July Daytona weekend.
Who won?
Junior won the Xfinity race and Harvick won the Cup race. And I was at my uncle's, and Janet was there, and she was like telling me about how she follows all this sports shit on Twitter. I said, I'll give it a shot. And I found, wow, NASCAR and Twitter, it's like amazing. You get all this info you don't get on TV.
American sport, chronicling legendary competitors.
Larson's second.
Pulling lead the wheel across America to premieres Tuesday, May
Junior won the
16th,
Xfinity race in
7
that car that weekend.
On FS1.
The Wrangler one.
Here at Kansas on pavement. Third place heating up here.
Larson passed Bubba during the break, and now Hamlin's flying up towards him. Not surprised. It's a Hamlin Truex Larson race. Really, just Hamlin and Truex. Once Hamlin gets by Larson, it's over.
Not so easy.
He did gain some, yeah. Went from a second and a half to almost just at a second.
Long run, and I don't think Bubba's got what he needs right now to be able to hold off Denny. And so it's just
yeah, but I could get a little something.
We'll try to hold these two spots further away from the 5th place car of Chastain.
Spot on, Kurt, and by far that 11 car's had the best long run speed all weekend long. Yesterday in practice and today.
William Byron made a pit stop a minute ago. Todd Gilliland was just in for 4 tires.
I really don't know.
And see, that's right there. Boom. That's a perfect. Let the boss go by. Let's
something you
just
can order,
right?
right?
And go. But we've got to replay. We got to replay my little brother in the 8 and the 45, and then you had the 48 underneath where it's 3 wide. But it was earlier in the run, and nobody was going to give
I like
as much
Subway.
as two teammates would. So let's pull that footage of the Kyle replay.
I mean, Domino's got the deals though.
Yeah.
Well, this is the audio I think we got on Kyle.
You guys might have to send me up a new pair of underwear here.
See, if I get pizza, I'm going to go.
That was a lot going on in a short amount of time.
What do you mean? You weren't clear?
Let's show you what happened here.
All right, Kyle's in the middle. What do you think?
So this
Should the 45 give up this spot?
Well, he didn't.
Just about.
I'm blaming
Josh Berry a little bit. We've seen.
But that's a race up there. You're 3
Yeah. Josh Berry has a habit. If you watch him in Xfinity, he does that a lot.
You can blame Barry. You can blame Reddick for not checking up. You can blame Kyle for going up.
That happens a lot around Josh Berry.
They all survived through it, though.
They were battling for 6th place.
Yeah.
Bush now in 8th. Berry back in 10th. Reddick up to 6th.
A swing and a miss today on the picks.
I wouldn't be
This is
surprised
where
if Kyle Busch
as a driver, you just lock in now. Now you're really focused on your tire wear and feeling that left front tire versus the right front tire. You know, are the rears sliding around a bit too much?
Yeah, the
But this is where we settle in and find a rhythm.
I think America's ready to lock
Are they
in the
cheaper than
volume
Papa
now.
John's?
I like that.
Let's crank it up.
Would you rather have Papa John's?
I'd rather have Papa John's.
Domino's has the 6.99 takeout, but
Yeah.
I like you. Papa John's is closer.
Kyle Busch way loose under Ty Gibbs.
Oh,
Oh my God! I thought he was taking him out.
Oh man, it's hard for me to hate Gibbs, but look at Larson down to 6, 17.
You know what's fucked up? I want to like Ty Gibbs because he's so good, but he's such a dickhead.
I want to like him because he hasn't been as bad.
Yeah.
If he had skipped Xfinity and done what he's doing now, I'd like him. But what he done in Xfinity just pissed me off.
Larson's got it down to
If we
7
get an
tenths.
overtime,
Oh, Almirola spins.
Bubba would be
Caution's out. Lock it down. Lock it down.
No.
That was a long slide. Caution's out again.
Down the backstretch. Lap 139. He was running 13th.
Pit.
That was a good running car. If you're running 13th, it was kind of like a William Byron. Maybe got loose off too.
Yeah, just had a solid day going. Let's find his
Yeah,
replay here, see what happened.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, when I was teammates with him.
He's lucky he can drive away on a flat tire like that.
He's only going to lose 5 spots.
Here it comes.
He's lucky it snapped late.
These
really
cars,
lucky.
I tell you that
was fast.
That car would have
line
snapped
of when you're in yaw versus when she snaps around is so tight now.
Yeah, you just can't trust it, can you? You can't get away with letting that thing hang out, running this thing. You can be free, but you can't be loose.
You know, he needs to take
What
a page
the
out of
fuck?
Wyatt Byron.
I don't like the sound of that.
To save the car.
Got the right front coming apart. You see it flapping. Be careful. Don't make it worse here.
But now, since he didn't touch the wall, the car came around that much quicker.
So Harrison Burton should be the free pass car on this
See,
officially the
Papa
fourth
John's
caution of
the
the
same
day.
deal
All right, 26 to go. Need some track position. Can we gamble here?
Pit.
Suarez stay out.
Clint, that would be a big
Suarez
gap
stay out.
right there because we've run basically 24, 25 laps
I'd
on these
pit.
tires.
You gotta pit.
I'm not sure I see it. Never say never, though.
2 tires? Somebody gonna try 2?
18, 16 to 18, somewhere
I
around
don't
in
know.
there. Need
That's
some
good
track
for
position.
practice. We made it to
26 to
11.
go. Can I put 2 tires on?
Boy,
Get
you
it?
just said what I was thinking. 2
Better
tires.
myself.
If you're a
I like what you're
Keselowski or a
thinking.
Logano
Be able to
or
try
a
to
Suarez
challenge
even.
and grab a few stage points if it was stuck back there 15th on back.
Blaney Suarez or
I think
Who
that
would
would be
do
the
that?
time to try it.
Brad
If you're gonna try
would.
it, this would be the
Brad,
time to try it.
Joey,
You would-
Blaney,
I don't think
Suarez.
AJ would
Prices
give him
later
the
on.
time of day on
Yeah, that's right.
No.
It's a golden
Stick at
opportunity, but I
18.
think
Austin
it's
Dillon,
almost
no.
too golden. I think you're going to see
I don't think Suarez
several
would
of
be
them
aggressive.
maybe attempt to try
Blaney
it here. I would.
Busher, I
You got to
feel
change
like
your day
he's gonna
somehow.
go with
If we've
Brad.
been stuck mired back in 12th to 18th land, can't get anywhere, get me some track position. Let's see what this baby does.
So NASCAR is now updated, and they're saying that at the time of the caution,
Just think about what you
just gone 1 lap down with that spin. He would have been the free pass car, but because he's the caution,
Getting wings?
there will be no free pass. Jamie.
I'm
Wallace
not,
trying to
but
get
if you
win
want
number
wings,
2
that's
here
fine.
at
They got the
Kansas.
same
When he was
deal
out
that
front leading, he said the car was tight. But of course, when he got back in traffic, a little bit loose. Wants to be tightened up. They're going to do that with a little bit of air pressure and 4 tires. And his boss man, Denny Hamlin. Now he's a little bit too tight. Been asking for him to tighten him up with some adjustments. Wants to go back just a little bit to help him on the short run. 4 tires here for the 11 rated.
Mark Truex Jr. still getting too loose on exit. Can't get the gas pedal down like he would like to as well. It lasted longer that run for him. And the 5 of Kyle Larson can't get the nose to work in turns 1 and 2.
Look at the 11 and 19
Or would
side
you
by
rather
side. They got
order
Larson in pit road behind Larson. Wow.
Larson. Gibbs got a problem.
Oh, what happened to Ty Gibbs?
He might have a loose wheel.
Larson won the race off pit road.
Caught it. Didn't go out on that racetrack, saved the penalty, but
And Gibbs' day's
penalty
ruined
damages
for the second week in a row.
A lot of activity there on this 4th caution of the day for Eric Almirola's spin.
Larson wrestled the lead away. They got it on pit road.
What kind of wings you want?
Mild. Yeah, bone in. Did you guys see Brock Lesnar accidentally on purpose make himself bleed yesterday? And now I'm going to entertain you all by playing this promo that The Rock cut on Goldberg in 2003.
Let's make a white baby. Yeah. What's The Rock gonna be afraid of Goldberg about? What's Goldberg gonna do? Is that what Goldberg is gonna do to The Rock? Don't laugh at The Rock jokes. Is that what Goldberg is gonna do? No.
The last thing he says about Goldberg is what makes me laugh the hardest.
Chrome Dome last week. How did that feel? That hurt a whole hell of a lot more, right? Right? It was like King Kong hitting Godzilla. Cacao! Cacao! You know that? That's the way it was like. Oh yeah, for those few, there's probably a couple who think Goldberg is gonna beat The Rock. Is that what they think? You can wipe a cockatoo's ass with what you think. Yeah. The only animal
The last line is the best.
Goldberg, The Rock ain't next. You're next. You whisker biscuit bald-headed bitch.
Bill Goldberg, The Rock is the next. You're next, you whisker biscuit, ball-headed bitch.
Okay, I like to explore in the food world, but that fucking Doritos Cool Ranch papadilla, that, I don't know.
What if it was flaming hot Cool Ranch?
Nacho cheese, maybe. But you could have done something better. Even the nacho cheese, I would question. Everybody loves that. But on a fucking quesadilla pizza, whatever you want to call it,
Papadilla. So much for better ingredients. Because I could think of some better ingredients than that shit.
I'm not going to lie to you, though. It kind of just pisses me off from when I worked there because it was like pizza or wings. We didn't have sandwiches, pasta.
Don't get them Domino's sandwiches. Like I told you, that shit tasted terrible. Maybe that's why I'm turned off to Domino's right now. I'm like, fucking sandwich was shit, and the wings were not good either.
Unsauced hot lemon pepper.
Look at sexy Richard Petty with his chest, like his shirt pulled open.
Why is Kyle Petty not having
Finally, Carl Edwards. And Bill Elliott returns to call.
Dude, Carl Edwards is coming back.
Okay, they don't have a mile.
To the booth.
Buffalo, what is it? Buffalo. They got unsauced hot lemon pepper, garlic parm, buffalo, barbecue.
Just because he's been gone doesn't mean that he has.
Larson is the leader. Truex outside. Second row is Chastain and Hamlin. Behind them is Kyle Busch and Bubba Wallace. Damn, Kyle's turned his day around.
That's the one I was really excited about. We've all been working on that. Everybody wants Carl back.
All right, let me clean up this free pass situation. Corey LaJoie would have been the free pass because Almirola was 3 cars ahead of being 1 lap down. But LaJoie was entering pit road at the time of the caution, and since he stopped to service his car instead of driving through, no free
Corey
pass.
was going to be free pass, but he pitted us right before the caution came out. Since he was on pit road, he doesn't get the free pass.
They're sitting there talking about it. I thought he was Now, I think he's your best. You got the 3 best cars up front.
Yep. That's the 3 best.
The 5 best if you really want to get technical.
Yeah.
In a very competitive Kansas race.
I'm looking at my boy in 8.
30 cars on the lead lap with all the wave arounds. And look at Kyle Larson, who just had the 2nd best pit stop of the entire day.
Well, he started on top of the mountain and very quickly went clear to the bottom.
Got him.
We're back to the top.
Gibbs had a 9.3.
What he can do with this. I think he's the only one that can keep up with that.
I've seen a lot of 9.5s and 9.6s.
Here we go.
Dead even at the start-finish line. Suarez goes 3 wide, further back. And Truex and Hamlin, that powerhouse around the outside, pushing each other. Yeah, boy. Larson should have picked the outside. I don't know why he picked the bottom. Oh! I thought Bell was about to wreck further back. You should have picked the outside, Larson. You can't give them the top. They're good everywhere, but they're really good on the top. Truex got tight, though. Truex got tight. Larson got loose. Larson's going to clear him. Take the top. Yeah, I can't get over how Kyle Busch turned his race around. His crew did a good job, too. He almost got Chastain. Bubba.
Look at Chase. Come on, Chase.
It's amazing how crazy this race gets right after a restart. And it stays that way for a good while. Josh Berry just about put somebody else in the wall. Who was that? Was that Harvick he was next to?
So close.
And there you go with all those lane choices. Everybody just fans out through the corner, and it's going to be a battle all the way down the backs. Chastain's going to side draft Kyle all the way down into 3. He's going to aim for the middle. I think he'll
Chase, 6th place. Going for 5th. Damn, 3 wide through the middle.
Damn, Chevy's coming in, boy. Don't wreck each other. 8 + 1 is 9, but don't wreck each other.
Chase Elliott, 5th. Past Busch and Chastain off of 4.
We ain't got a winning car, but by God.
Oh, Truex aggressively blocked Denny Hamlin. You see that? And that just killed Hamlin's car. That just killed Hamlin's momentum. What a block by Truex. That's very un-Truex-like. Oh, okay. That's so unlike Truex to throw a block like that. And now the 3 Toyotas are watching Larson drive away. They're 3 wide.
Bubba, I would give anything for that.
He's going to pay the price here. He's going to be stuck behind these 2.
Bubba,
Now it's a matter of which lane do you go?
3 wide on the bottom, Bubba. Slide it up. Take it. Slide it up. Slide it up. Go up. Bubba's 2nd. Hamlin still can't get by Truex. I bet Hamlin's pissed. His car just died the moment Truex chopped into the apron.
Caution.
Caution, Eric Jones spins off of 2.
Turn two.
Josh Berry and Eric Jones. Josh Berry's got a flat right rear. Yeah.
All those wave around cars just for
Kyle Busch is driving up next to Ross. Kyle Busch just drove up and flipped off Ross Chastain under caution.
Josh Berry, I think this all started up here with a 48. Eric Jones was part of that.
Josh has more than one flat tire. He's got 3.
48 was spun up
He's got
rear.
2 flat and 1 going down. He's got to make it to pit road.
A little bit more in 3. Let's see what happens here.
So we're on board. Ty Gibbs looking ahead.
Oh, Josh Berry run up in the side of Ty and Gibbs wrecked him. Nah, Gibbs turned left to take him out when he felt the 48 hit him.
Off the forward. He squeezed the 20 car, Christopher Bell, pretty hard off the
What did I tell you about Josh running people wide?
Papa got in that ear.
He does it all the time.
That 48. You better turn that 48 out here wrecking my car.
I just said earlier, it's a recurring problem with Josh Berry. He runs people up off the corner, and he did it to Gibbs here, and Gibbs just wrecked him.
He got aboard. That thing's shooting up the racetrack.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I'm surprised the gun.
Time to lift, and that one caught him. Unfortunately, he's been doing a great job. Was right there in the top 10.
Josh was starting to push a little too hard. He's been using a lot of guys up.
Got a little bit greedy there.
He used up Gibbs, and Gibbs wrecked him.
You put 2 yellow bumpers together. It's tough. They haven't been in those situations.
I like how the Eric Jones spin happened behind that.
Eric was a totally different wreck. Eric Jones.
Oh, that was yeah. The lap before Kyle Busch slammed Chastain on the backstretch, and then drove up to him under caution and flipped him off. Oh. Barry running people on the wall again.
Damn it, Josh. We didn't need that caution. We need the stage to hurry up, man. Last lap 69. What the fuck did I miss? Dude, the shit posting page is like going crazy about Carl.
Carl's coming back. I'm nutting.
Ooh, wow. Darlington is going to have Carl Edwards and Bill Elliott.
Carl Edwards.
Stage 1 will be Richard and Kyle Petty. Stage 2 will be Carl Edwards. And stage 3 will be Bill.
I mean, we get Kyle Petty in the booth next week. Yay.
Oh my God, Twitter's freaking out about it. Carl Edwards in the booth. Carl Edwards in the booth. Carl Edwards in the Jesus Christ.
Carl?
People would really love Carl that much.
For some reason.
Holy shit. So excited for next week's booth. Carl Edwards. They drove out to a farm in the middle of Columbia, Missouri and found Carl Edwards. I'll be damned. Oh my God. This way, dude, if Carl came back, he'd be the most popular driver. That's really what that makes me feel about.
Why is Kenny Wallace dancing on my screen just now? Oh, it's a Gateway commercial. I think Kenny won like 11 Xfinity races in the 20 plus years he ran in that series. But hey.
Hey, I mean, some people just born for it. Cole Custer, David Suarez, Justin Allgaier, some of them guys are just born.
We used to think Martin Truex was one of those guys. He was for a long time. It's like, oh yeah, he's good in Xfinity.
117 laps to go in Kansas. Here's your Xfinity.
Fastest lap of the race, Ross Chastain,
Ross Chastain,
Tyler Reddick, Mark Truex, Larson, and Bubba. They're the 5 fastest
back at lap 2
as far as individual lap time.
That would be Mark Truex Jr. all over
All
at
but
the
the
top of that
11
list.
car, and I'd give you a
Yeah,
race
you would have
win.
thought for sure. Lap 2, though, I mean, he might have just was in clean air, catching a draft of the leaders side by side.
Larson had the lead straight up there. I kind of hate that caution happen.
Sneaks up on you because of the draft.
So a lot of cars, the cars that are pitting are cars that took the wave around on the prior caution.
Yeah.
The free pass goes to William Byron.
Hey, I'm back on the lead lap with both cars.
Byron is now back on
I'm not in it, but I'm not out of it yet either.
around and now this free pass. Kyle Busch discussing his relationship with Ross Chastain.
This is going to get good.
Wait a minute.
He wrecks everybody every week. Because your race is full, and so I door to flames down the backstretch like this is morning, boys. Love it.
Like I said, that's one that'll bite back. He won't mess with him. Watch.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the screen, and it's on. Side draft city, and Kyle was not.
That's a little more than side draft.
That's 175, almost 180.
Yeah, but
Going
Kyle
out into turn 3, and they're trying
Besides
to
the
settle
Ron
it out.
Hornaday shit, I ain't really seen him.
Yeah, Chastain just
Right, pretty much, you're right.
But then watch, he
That's
comes
what he
left of
does.
it, right
Fuck
there.
you up.
Kyle did not like that, not one bit.
How about that? A downshift.
A downshift on a mile and a half. Why?
3 and 4.
And pulled it White.
That's something that I didn't expect with the speeds that we see on this mile and a half.
White Jr.
track.
said, take shifting the fuck away.
Every
please,
driver wants it gone.
Please.
Because they don't really, that was a one-off thing, because on mile and a half, you're just in 5th gear the whole time, but
Beef is what's
on the
forbidden.
smaller tracks, damn.
Is the statistician over there just like, he's just like...
Larson, Bubba, front row, the Boomers are going to lose their minds.
Russell likes to
That's the
start
most
stuff.
racist front row
Everybody
you
got
get.
problems
Either
with
way
Chastain right
you
now.
look at it.
I didn't do anything wrong that day.
I was going to say, Russell,
He
I'm
faked
pretty
the
sure
news.
everybody
He
has a
said
list
the
of
N-word.
one on it. All 30, what, 35
I don't
of
believe
them.
neither one. I don't think
And a lot
Larson
of
said
times
the
it's just
N-word.
racing hard, but it's
Well, I mean, I
just
know
that
Larson
extra
said the
level
N-word.
It's aggravating, right?
that Ross has to take it.
I'm not.
He's a fast guy right now.
God hated
Points
it. He
leader,
wouldn't have been a
but
champion.
it's the etiquette and the couth that people just aren't digging.
That was the most profitable use of the N-word in the history of the world.
Maybe he'll throw it back to Ricky Hendrick next week in that same car.
A few Xfinity
I want
races
the
over
Kellogg's
last couple
car.
years, it's just like a snake pit. I feel like
The
Indiana
mid-90s,
Jones down at the
number
bottom.
5, Terrell Labonte Kellogg's car.
First one I seen was
Why are we
Sport.
Or
running
hell,
this car, boys?
do the Kellogg's car from 2001. You ever seen that one? It's got blue and the orange tiger straps and shit on it. It's fucking awesome. That's a great one, too.
But everybody this year, the throwbacks is
really
going off
focused on managing your
manufacturer.
tires. You
Yeah.
couldn't just
Go off a different
blitz
manufacturer.
a restart every lap and every lap be a qualifying lap. That's changed.
Was the 5 ever not a Chevy?
I agree
Nope.
with that 100%.
It's been a Chevy since
Denny Hamlin will
1984.
restart
Yeah.
third. We're going to listen to Chris Lambert.
Same
His
team and
thoughts on
everything.
this
It's been a
restart.
Hendrick car since like 84 or 85.
Truex and Hamlin.
You're right, because, okay, the 6, since like 84, 83. Yeah.
Back home. Love it. Here we go.
Ever since Mark Martin got in it. The 8's been a Chevy. Well, no, I helped Strickland was a Ford in the 8.
Not sticker tires.
And good God Almighty, they're 4 wide.
I'm not even going to count that.
Maybe not. This might work out for him.
Ross running.
Oh, Harvick. Harvick got really tight.
Look at Bubba on that outside.
Go, Bubba, go.
That yellow car up on the wall. He's been doing this every restart. Get right up against the wall and get all you can get on these restarts.
Here we go again. Remember Las Vegas? Don't do it again.
He knew that he needed to stay there. Not
He got loose like he did at Vegas. Oh.
I think Bubba's got issues.
here comes Reddy.
Personal issues.
Denny's going to stay behind 23 and give him a push to get clear of the 5 and then try to pass them both.
I think you're going to see Denny Hamlin's long run speed show up here.
God, Larson's loose, but staying in it anyway. Denny's going to keep getting behind the 23 going down the straightaways. He's going to try to get Bubba clear of Larson.
He's going to back it off and try to get the momentum.
He's not going to get the slide job.
No, he did not.
Larson
These are the two that battled for the win here last fall up front.
Truex trying to get okay.
Now Truex, what a fucking battle.
Just gives us this perfect
Oh, Larson's got it.
platform.
Larson's
It's perfect canvas.
clear. Clear.
Stay in it, Bubba. Stay in it. Ah, Larson got it.
Bubba had
Truex got loose.
Yeah, he wiggled a little bit.
Bubba throws a block preemptively.
I'm trying to think as hard as I can of the last race I
This is some great racing.
like the
Yeah.
Things change a little bit on the older tires.
Bubba ran Larson back down there. Yeah.
I liked how Larson came off the wall there. Didn't ride
Kyle Busch drove away and dominated the last part of the race, though.
Took the air off the Wallace on the exit.
Kyle's coming in pretty hard now.
Kyle Busch in fifth. Larry tells us just ran his own fastest lap of the race.
And you're fixing seeing that shot. There he is, catching these guys. Starting to be a part of
This is only the end of stage 2, and they're going crazy. Logano top 10. Bubba's underneath Larson. Oh, Larson went wide off of 4.
as you say that.
Bubba just took the lead back.
Bubba was aggressive.
He took it.
He about to
8 to go for a stage break, mind you. These are big points
Damn it,
that
8 to
everybody
go.
wants. You want that stage win.
exactly what he said to you, Kurt, on a pre-race.
Stage point win. Let's start making points.
Trouble back straight.
Oh, Rick.
Car spins down to the
And he's
inside.
up.
Oh, Christopher Bell just hit hard.
Caution.
And he was
Did I not tell you these boys are racing hard on these old tires?
What is it about Kansas?
Stuck.
Having trouble.
What is it about
Into the
Kansas?
stage, points are on the line. He
No
was
mile and a
second in
half.
points, by the way.
Races like Kansas.
With a good stage in there, would have went to the lead over Chastain. Not now.
Was running in 8th.
This is all just for a stage. This feels like the end of the race, but it's not. We still got another 100 laps.
Hard hit.
Why do you guys always call me up for all these super excited?
They will not roll. They will not roll.
AMR safety crew on the scene there.
We're not
They're going to have to
blaming him for
get the roll back.
Just like we talked about, Kurt, for whatever reason, you know, this track just always delivers some wild, crazy, where did that come from action. You
Got
see
back
spinning
10,
off at
15
2,
more seconds.
hits the inside wall hard here.
They just lose it.
I'd like to find out.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
He didn't seem mad, so I'm guessing he just lost it.
Rick started
Yeah.
because it's 2 wide, 3 wide, passes for the
The
lead.
best Gibbs driver just got took out.
And everyone's
6th caution of the day.
got their
So
strategy.
with this
Now
being the
it's
stage
gonna
in,
be shifted.
what are we going to do here?
No, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 laps.
Start, one to go.
Yeah.
If I'm outside the top 10, I'm pitting here and staying out there in the
Depends on
stage.
how quick they can get this 20 car. If you think you can,
You're going to restart with at least 2 to
here,
go.
You may stay out. Looks like to me, Bubba Wallace is dragging them all down pit road.
Logano stayed out. McDowell stayed. See, I just fucked
That's
my
a
whole race up.
winning move, Dale.
Nah, because he's got to pit at the end of this stage and then give up the track position again.
Whatever it takes to win the race, that's the big picture. Whatever we need to do. So they brought him down 4 tires here. They're going to tighten him up just a little bit. Denny Hamlin in as well for 4 tires.
So a handful of cars did stay out. McDowell, Logano, and some others. Another iffy stop for Denny. Not a bad stop. Who's that? Briscoe or Priest? That's Priest.
Stayed out. Logano and McDowell.
Priest took 2 tires.
Trouble on Daniel Suarez's car. Very long stop.
Long stop for Suarez.
At the front end of his number 99. 6th caution flag of the day. This one for Christopher Bell.
We still don't have a replay of what happened. I'm just guessing he got loose.
Everybody's talking shit. I didn't hear no Burton yelling in a mic, so.
Oh no, you'll get that in about.
Ross's fault.
It'll be about 5 or 6 more weeks before you get Jeff Burton yelling in the microphone.
Fucking annoying enough. He made the top 75. Any surprises so far for you?
On the
Kevin
75.
Conway, maybe?
Kevin Conway. Oh man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That it might be a dumb thing to say. I don't even know who that is.
Well, now he didn't make the 75. I can promise you that.
I think he did.
No, he
Oh,
didn't.
it was a meme?
It was a meme.
Okay.
Dude, Kevin Conway.
I was about to say I don't know who that is.
If you
but
knew about Kevin
Xfinity-
Conway.
Randy LaJoy made it, so
Yeah.
you could tell me anybody. I feel like Matt Crafton's gonna make it.
I'm glad Ron Hornaday made it.
Junior made it. I'm glad they threw
Yeah.
him in early. You know he was gonna be in it though. There's a lot of gimmies. It's hard for me though, since they count Xfinity and trucks. What about the what is it? Bowman spotter? The Hamlin dude?
Yeah.
Kevin Hamlin?
What about him?
Is he gonna make it? Or
No.
is that another meme?
That's another meme.
Another meme?
Yeah.
I don't know who of these guys actually drove Xfinity. I know for a fact it ain't Cup.
Kevin Conway was notoriously one of the worst drivers to ever get
Was
a
he
ride.
Xfinity?
Cup.
Cup?
They just put him in Cup because he had a sponsor, and it was awful.
So the memes are probably.
It's
What
such-
about Hamlin? Was he a Cup guy?
Nah, he never really raced.
Never really.
No, he's like a spotter.
I know he's a spotter for
Yeah.
Bowman, right?
Yeah. There's a great clip. Jeff Gordon's, they run at Chicago, I think 2010, and they tell Gordon that somebody's down a cylinder. And Kevin Conway's in the 34, and Gordon goes, well, that 34's down a fucking driver. And you see Steve Letarte on his pit box just go, start laughing. Yeah, Letarte was still with the Gordon dude. Yeah, 34's down a fucking driver.
Pizza and wings.
Logano, McDowell, Eric Jones, Noah Gregson, Chris Buescher, AJ Allmendinger, Brad Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Todd Gillen, Carla Joy, Ryan Preece. 12 cars. 11 stayed out. Preece took 2 tires. So this could get shitty here with about 3 or 4 to go in the stage.
And our view is out the front of Chastain's car, but listen as he navigates turn 1 and 2 right in front of Bell.
That Chastain guy, come on, really?
I don't put this one on him, but it definitely in the equation.
So we have a ghost car view of it. This one's difficult.
They don't have a replay. They got a ghost car view.
Looks like the one car's definitely checking up. A 20 misjudged it. But let's
wow, that really told us a lot.
Tight.
Rice got tight, slid up, and Bell came up and hit him and spun out. That's what happened.
I think the car just took off up the racetrack.
Both of them
20 tried to pull under him and got loose.
And here's what Ross had to say.
Slammed into the left rear. Feels okay. Copy. Take a look at some pictures. See anything when you drove by? 20 said he blew a tire.
Oh, maybe when they got together, cut the valve stem out, cut the tire down.
Must have. Again, these are scuff tires. These are heat cycles. It's a hot day, and this is a tough
And see the bend right here. That's exactly what happened. See this? That cut the tire down. Guarantee it. Probably cut the valve stem right out of the wheel. Put the tire down, got down on the wheel, and turned it around.
Mike, can you help reset us here?
Well, for this restart, we're going to go back to 8th place in Brad Keselowski and listen to TJ Majors on the restart, spotter for the number 6. Top 9 stayed out and did not pit.
A lot of guys stayed out.
We thought we had
I'm not going to win the race, but I might win a stage here. Oh, my God, Bubba. Damn, Austin Dillon threw a hell of a block on Bubba for no reason. You know you're slow, man. This could be bad. This could lead to problems. They're fucking... Oh, yeah, there you go. Kyle Busch just got wrecked. Save it. No, save it. Ah, in the wall. Joey Logano wins stage 2. And Kyle's taking his window net down, so he thinks it's done.
Well, that worked. Bailed them out. Not having the best of days, but Joey Logano got the stage win, but did not work for Kyle Busch and company on this 8 car. Big blow.
Not sure who he got together with because they were 3 and 4.
There was a fucking mess.
Yeah, I saw
Kyle Busch is all the way up against the wall. And he came down and cut across the 41 and crashed. I thought he had it locked down. I was like, stay on the wall, stay on the wall.
At the end of these stages on old tires, on a track that just chews up tires. Everybody's just trying to get through it, but NASCAR wanted to throw another green and see some more action. I mean,
well, they saw it. Whew. There it is, perfect. You see Busch getting tight on the outside of 4.
God, Keselowski checked up. That's what cost Kyle. Kyle checked up and went to go to the bottom and avoid Brad, and the 41 was there.
Yep, and Preece was done. He had 2 fresh tires.
That's a product of a Kansas City restart. Look at that, 4 wide in front of him.
Oh, Kyle just checked up and cut down.
And the end of this stage has some unfamiliar customers up near the front. McDowell 2nd.
Larson 9th, Hamlin 10th are the only contenders that got top 10s in this stage.
Dillon in 8th.
Wow. Sorry to all you Kyle Busch fans out there. Just a bad break. Kansas.
Hey there, welcome back to the race here on Fox. I'm Shannon Spake, Jamie McMurray, and this really has been a day of guys having issues and then, of course, rebounding. Let's walk through some of those guys. We'll start with Kyle Larson. Happened really early with that 5 car on the track.
Yeah, lap 5, you see Tyler Reddick gets a little bit tight off the corner. Larson's had fast cars all year long, had a lot of trouble, but he was able to recover after the spin. You see him right here. Gonna make it 3 wide between Kevin Harvick and Josh Malicki. Larson goes on to be able to lead this race, Shannon. I think he's going to be the leader after this stage break. Chase Elliott, though, another guy, drove up into the top 10, had this loose wheel, but was able to come back to the top 10. He's got a fast car. I know we've talked a lot about Toyotas, but these 2 Chevy guys have been good all day long. And Kyle Busch, issues all day long for this guy. You see he had a speeding penalty, he had a loose wheel, and then just now before we ended this stage break, he even had some controversy with Ross Chastain, which I know you're going to think I'm crazy for saying that, but right here as we ended this stage,
Kyle, no.
Kyle gets loose, spins around. I thought maybe he's going to be able to recover. We saw him get out of the car. His day is going to be done.
The restarts have been pretty wild. I mean, they always are at Kansas.
Well, the restarts are always good here, but the whole shakeup, the guys talked about it in the booth. When you have no tires, 2 tires, 4 tires, really fun here at Kansas.
Yeah, we'll see how this stage 3 goes. Back to you guys in the booth, Mike.
Thanks, Shannon. 7th caution flag.
Yeah, Kyle's on board as they tow him in the garage.
Into the garage area, but let's go back to lap 149. Look way off the right side of your screen. You'll see Ross Chastain coming into view, and then Christopher Bell. And here they come off the corner.
Yeah, Chastain was obviously coming off the bottom. Seemed to me like he was pretty tight. Bell was running that middle to outside, coming back down. And as they approach the wall, they start to...
Right there's like this extra movement. I'm not sure. They just both ran out of space.
Yeah. It's almost like the air kind of pulled them together right there at the end and got into one another. It's a racing deal. Hey, that's a racing deal at Kansas City off of 2.
Josh will talk to Christopher Bell after pit stops. Pit road is open this time for the end of stage 2.
What a huge fix of a day for Logano.
Logano got a stage points, but that's not going to get me money.
Big hit for Wallace and those boys, though.
Jamie?
And Joey Logano has just had his hands full all weekend long, but they've been working on it today and actually made the car better.
I don't understand how they qualified so well.
And he said he doesn't want any adjustments. I even heard Roger Penske cue up the radio. He approved of the call. Eric Jones in the 43, he's had quite a day, but they rebound. He's up front, pretty happy that he has a cool suit on because it's so hot today. And Michael McDowell in the 34 trying to get his first top 10 at Kansas. Car's good right now, Regan.
No, Gregson, some good stage points for him there. Having a solid day, been inside the top 20 all day long. Needs a little bit of front and rear security. They're going to leave it alone and create some track changes, though.
So Logano leads them off pit road. We have 28 cars on the lead lap.
After all those cautions, we got 20. Look at the progress bar.
What happened there from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, just trying to get a little too aggressive on the side draft and got into the one and spun out.
Gotcha, okay, Chris.
Wow, I didn't blame Ross.
You know, owned it, and that's why it was confusing as to what happened. He told you right there. Just got a little too aggressive.
Toyota's dominated early, but only one of them got stage points in stage 2. Joey Logano, stage 2 winner.
God, his hair looks hilarious in that video there. Stage number 3.
9 laps to go in the Advent Health 400 in Kansas.
Larson, Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney.
Only one stage point in stage 2. Denny Hamlin in 10th. Now things have cycled through with pit stops, and we'll go back to the Care Center.
Let's see how this goes.
Kyle Busch checked and released.
Kyle Busch interview. This will be good.
What happened there from your perspective?
I don't know. Just tried to get below the 6 off of 2 there. I guess somebody was on my inside, so got spun out. But hate it for all my guys. I mean, we're fought from the back about every run of the race, just getting ourselves in the top 5 there finally, and just all the cautions kept happening to kind of throw off strategy and stuff like that. Got a lot of those guys up there on older tires, and it's just a crapshoot after that, and we were unlucky again. Thanks, Kyle.
Kyle Spotter, Derek Neal
Thrilling.
took responsibility on that one over the team radio.
Yeah, just very frustrated. And, man, that's a hard one to follow, Kurt. Fast race car, made some mistakes, had penalties, bounced back from that. Hope starts coming back into the picture. Caution comes out. Then all of a sudden you're in a melee where you weren't even supposed to be. You were just starting to get into the shot of the lead picture, and now your day's done and you're headed home early.
It's tough. Spotters want to take the blame, but the driver is always in charge, and Kyle didn't want to fall in behind the 6. As soon as you check up on a restart, you're sitting duck.
Well, the 6 had trouble. He was actually just trying to...
Who's going to get this lead here and try to take off? Nobody's been able to stretch it out today except Hamlin and Truex. And Hamlin's on the front row. Got 2 Hendrick cars on the bottom.
Chase Elliott is finally...
Bubba goes 3 wide. It's going to leave Hamlin hanging. Larson's going to have the lead.
showed up to the lead.
Bubba went to go 3 wide. Hamlin had no push. Oh, Chastain loose back there again. Chastain's having a hard time getting off of turn 2. Noah's got a problem. Ha-ha. Oh, man, what a shame.
It's a great race, and the car's just going fan out, and now got Reddick stuck in the middle.
They're up to speed. They completed a lap this time.
Watch him. He's going to toss it down in the middle, and he's going to try to clear them both.
Truex, big head of steam on the outside there.
Not going to get either one of them.
Oh, Bubba.
Comes
Woo.
to the inside of Bubba for second.
If that wasn't the car owner behind him, he might have got run over there.
See if he can slide up in front of him and get this position.
Bubba's car looks loose now. Really loose.
Long run all day long. See if he can run the 5 down.
Yeah, this first 3 settled in. Now Truex is trying to get to the bottom side of the Elliott.
Well, the top work for Truex.
Reddick's back in the picture now. Been a while since we really talked about him.
Solidly in 4th. Big run on the top side.
Damn, Chase.
New record for lead changes in a cup race at Kansas.
New record for lead changes at the Kansas Speedway. Wow. And Hamlin's catching Larson. Woo! A lot of cars swinging out off of 4.
These guys are just zigzagging. Like one of the cars is good in 1 and 2, and then one of them is good in 3 and 4, and they can't sort it out. They're stuck.
Larson, Hamlin, Elliott, Reddick all just ran their fastest lap of the day. So
There you go.
Harvick, and about
Gibbs back in the top 10. All those cautions really did him a favor after he had to stop twice on the same pit stop.
Ty Gibbs with our Monster Energy can.
These 3 wides off of 4, you just run out of room over there, Kurt. Eventually, that's going to.
The weather and the racetrack are perfect today for a good race like this.
Should be hearing about it, but you still are just hoping and praying you're clear, and the guy's going to give you room. That's all over with now. People aren't giving anything up where they should have been earlier.
3rd place. Chase Elliott.
Chase just passed Bubba Wallace. Bubba's going to run back up on him. Right to his inside.
And wants to pay him back.
Wants the spot back.
Chase chasing him all the way down to the bottom. That was dangerous there.
Loses the momentum and the edge getting into 1. He needed to clear him. Watch this outside.
Chase on the outside of turn 2 is unbelievable.
I love that part of these new cars. You can totally tell. Tell all sign and then flames come out the pipes.
That's for sure. These guys are digging now. So Logano really cashed in on
All these guys in that top 5 are hoping this race gets a little strung out. They've got their track position. They want to settle in. Truex is really struggling all of a sudden. He hasn't been the same since the last restart.
He says the car is plowing, and he's falling.
Oh, Ty Gibbs sideways. Nah, he couldn't save it. Uh-oh, that wall's coming. Ah! Bump.
I don't think that one's going to hurt.
That one took
I think Gibbs is okay. He got loose under Truex. I can't believe it didn't take Truex out, too. Caution's out again.
Been doing such a good job.
8th caution of the day.
Wow.
I mean, this is just pins and needles city. Like, there's everyone.
And it just keeps adding more and more cars on the lead lap.
Starts way early. Off 4, sure did. 3 wide, down the front straightaway into 1.
This turned into the 600 from Charlotte last year.
See him get up.
Yeah. Took the air off the side.
Got into 19 a little bit and got the car upset. And once it got out from underneath him, he just couldn't keep it straight and lost it.
He may not have damaged this car. That was just a brush with the wall.
Oh, no. The tire just exploded and ripped the right front off of Ty Gibbs' car. Oh, no. He was in a hurry to get back to pit road and shredded the tire and killed his day. Oh, my God. That car's mangled.
Yeah, these cars, when they get the toe knocked out or you got one.
That's a day ender for Ty Gibbs.
They just won't roll smooth. Oh, boy.
Won't turn. He's stuck. Stuck in the grass.
This happened to Briscoe.
Truex is blaming Ty for that.
Game over.
And business was picking up. You know, we talk about Ty Gibbs and the job that he's been.
He was doing really good. Ty's having a good year. I got to give him credit. I don't like him. He's very talented. He's having a good year. Anytime I compliment him, I got to preface that with I don't like him at all. But no doubt he's having a great year.
You know, you get into your own teammate pushing too hard. A little bit of greed comes into it. And
got a bad break at Dover last week and made a small mistake this week.
It has been so tough off of these corner exits.
The biggest mistake, though,
he's got a lot to learn and a long way to go. And he's going to be around for a long time, so might as well embrace it.
Goes for a spin and puts us under caution for the 8th time today after a little bit of contact with Martin Truex.
Just a little bit of contact. Shame. Insane. I figured you were listening.
I had to turn it on. Hard to hear the details, but I heard Kyle Busch and then Chase.
And Truex is pissed at Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, I heard it. Did it mess Truex up?
Nah. He's fine.
I've seen that Gibbs got, or I heard you say Gibbs got jumped.
He looked okay, and then they cut back as he was coming back to pit road, and the entire right front was destroyed and flying off the car. And I was like, oh, man.
It
That's a lot of cheese.
It's Alfredo sauce. Just looks like cheese.
Oh. What's on that?
Pepperoni and sausage.
Okay. Of course, I wasn't all that hot.
Pepperoni and toffee.
They have enjoyed a record number of lead changes for a cup race on a beautiful, cloudless, 90-degree day at Kansas Speedway. Ty Gibbs brought out this most recent caution. He wanted to stay in the car and wanted the car pushed to his pit stall. NASCAR said no. The official told him to get out of the car. You're going to the care center to be checked out, and the car is pulled to the garage.
That's a little overkill. Sorry. Needs to be
William
said.
Byron 10.
He barely touched the wall. Has to get out of the car. Have to go through all the protocol stuff. He could have got that thing towed to his pit stall and at least got back out there. Probably made some laps. Save some points here.
It wouldn't roll back properly, and that's the way these cars are. Sometimes they wreck and the tow line is all wrapped around, or the tire wraps itself around the hub and it won't roll properly. That's why he couldn't get it back to his pit box. And I saw that same thing.
It wasn't because he hit the wall and it was wrecked. The point is he's going to go over there and have to spend 15 minutes at the infield care center. Trust me, my vitals would be up a little bit if that was me.
And I wouldn't get cleared out.
Nah, Kurt Busch has always been so rational, guys. Kyle's the
I told you
asshole.
them old race fans are they're on it. They know what their drivers do out there.
They're hot as fuck.
Why do wings have to be so messy?
Like touchy. That's
Yeah.
I
don't know what those cool off.
Hamlin, Elliott, Wallace, Reddick. I mean, all these guys are somewhat surviving. This
Said
is
I wasn't going to eat pizza, but when
I've never really quite seen a race at Kansas like this. But inside the car, you just got to stay focused and just believe in your team's strategy. Believe in the calls that they're making. And right now,
Truex pitted.
4 Toyotas, 4 Chevys, and 2 Fords.
Truex's car was kind of falling off. I don't blame him for pitting.
Wanted some handling. He was tight.
I like seeing Logano pit.
Adjustments. He's been
This is it, Dylan. This is where it gets set into motion. Logano somehow stealing this race.
Damage on the right side of the car, but he came on the radio a little while ago and said
After running 20th all day.
Of course, early in the race they had gotten pretty good with that car, and it would cycle through good on the long runs, but not very good right now on the shorter runs.
4 tires for Truex.
this is wild.
Did the damage on the right rear that we saw there, is that where his tight's coming from?
Possibility the toe could be knocked out a little bit, but I mean, maybe it's the dirty air because he hasn't been back there beyond 10th place. And the track's rubbered in. There's cars going everywhere.
With that many cautions, it's making that more of a possibility.
Clean laps when you have cars to navigate.
You know, spring has been very moderate and quite wet for the NASCAR Cup Series.
I bet it has, Mike.
This is by far the hottest day of the year. I think the temperature tickled 90. Phoenix 81, Austin, the road course 79, 78 for Daytona. So quite a big jump up. Here are some of the drivers talking about the heat today.
Make sure you're on that water bottle all day today. Stay hydrated. It's warm. It could be a hard one. Be a grinder. So we got to get ready to start.
Make sure you keep yourself hydrated. I know you're on it, but just make sure you keep yourself ready here.
I'm thinking do water bottle on the next one with some kind of powder in it. One of the hydration drops or whatever you got.
Ross wants cocaine in his water.
Boys are hot out there. 112 degrees you're seeing. That's under caution riding around.
Well, let's clear this up. See that little F there? That means Fahrenheit. Celsius is the sponsor, not the temperature scale we're using there.
Yes. I was going to say, if
By the way, we're the only idiots in the world that use Fahrenheit over Celsius. So when I'm hanging out with my Canadian and when I'm hanging out with my Canadian friends and Australian friends, they're always like, "What are you talking about? 70 degrees?" I don't know what that is, Celsius. I don't remember.
As a matter of fact, you know, the number one thing you don't want to do is get hot and you know, take your water bottle and dump it on you. I've done that, and if you know what I mean, I had not scrambled eggs. I had fried eggs on both butt cheeks.
Ooh, yeah. I've
bad
stories. You do not pour water on yourself. You just end up cooking yourself. I thought you meant boiling, like in the head. You know, like being angry.
On my butt.
So the crew in the truck is saying you were Clint Boiler that day.
Yes, sir.
Ha ha.
We'll be here all week.
Yeah,
we'll be here
at least all day.
Try the veal.
That's hot. You know, and these cautions are helping these guys. You know, when I thought about the heat coming into this weekend, I was talking to some of these drivers. You think long green flag runs, and that just continually grinding it out, always in the heat, but these cautions are helping them.
Eric Almirola got the free pass on this caution. Justin Haley on the previous one. So we will restart with 29 cars on the lead lap and 84 laps to go. We'll be listening to Nick Payne, Tyler Reddick's sponsor, on the 45 on this restart.
Spotter.
He will roll from fifth.
I'm running 5th and 7th now, somehow. After shitty days,
Everybody that's behind Hamlin fucks him immediately and goes outside 3 wide, and it kills him. Gave the Larson the lead 2 restarts in a row.
Denny had a hell of a run through 2.
It's all about completing the corner. You got to complete the corner when you pick up the gas early to block somebody. And if you can't, then you
look at the progress bar now.
You're going to get stopped.
Oh, way on the outside. Truex coming. Yeah, it's so close.
Truex on fresher tires. That could pay off.
Contact. That was Corey LaJoy.
He came by so fast, LaJoy didn't know he was there.
Suarez running better than Ross.
Other than that, this was the most orderly restart we've had today.
Yeah, the leaders, they really...
Before the caution, Hamlin was catching Larson. Now Chase is passing Hamlin.
Oh, boy.
Some patience all across the board with this top 5.
Reddick, fourth place.
Chase Elliott getting around that 11. That surprises me. These Hendrick boys keep heating up as this race progresses.
People might rip me for the closest I've been to it, but it was Blaney running inside front row in the Bristol dirt race. Only to you know what happened.
On those new tires.
Puts down on the bottom.
Chase for the lead. He's going to get it.
Look at that speed.
Let him go.
How about that?
Take off.
Did not see this coming
I
at
did.
all. Neither did Kyle Larson.
Be a real fan.
Let him go. Let's see.
Larson didn't let him go, but
You owe him one.
please don't take each other out.
You owe him one to get his cars. Toyotas are fast.
Reddick's back.
Teammates in the past.
Hamlin's looking for a place to go. Oh, Denny. Denny's the one car that can go to the bottom like that and make a pass.
Don't block. Don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you.
Was so busy trying to figure
This
out
is
the
so scary.
Don't block each other out of a chance.
So it looked, all right, why didn't the knife move up there? You can't just turn right and head up the racetrack. You would have to lift at the wall. He ended up wrecking you both. He was
Chase to the lead.
Chase got it for now. He cleared him, but he ain't necessarily driving away.
Right back into play.
Seems like whoever clears never drives
Very
away.
impressive, Chase Elliott. The only way he makes the playoffs is a win, folks.
Wants a
Hungry.
wrench?
Here's the opportunity.
I will tell you that might just be because they were rotten syphilis.
Sure is.
Elliott missed 6 weeks recovering from a
I got a pretty good
snowboarding accident and fell deep in the point standings. They might be able to point their way into the playoffs, but the sure way to get
Everybody
there
in the
would
world
be
knows
with a win.
Chase can make it
Might not need it.
without a bunch of
Playoffs. Now you need to start worrying about playoff
But a
points,
win
right? If you can get a
is a
win and get
bonus.
yourself
I think
in,
he'll win
you're
a
going to
race.
need those playoff points.
Didn't expect Kansas.
All right, this is where it settles for a few laps. I say that, right? But it's the lap 3, 4, 5. Everybody kind of like, all right, did I pull it through the slip angle on my fronts? And now am I going to get too tight and not be able to seal the deal on corner exit?
Crazy when he shows
This is
up
where I
though.
believe we'll have a long run, and guys will.
He pitted with Truex, and Truex is already back to
Truex on
5th.
these tires, you know, capitalize on the advantage here
4th.
and get to that point, get to the lead.
I think Truex is going to win. He's got his tires here are fresh enough to make a big difference. He's going to pass these guys pretty easily. That was a great call to pit there.
They weren't sure what to expect. They felt like they had a long run car, but a lot of confusion on the short run aspect of their race car. They've been getting them updates all day long on what his teammate Kyle Larson's doing early on in runs. He's been adjusting his driving style, been pretty quiet about the handling. A great run for him right now.
Well, since we went to the next gen or 7th generation Cup car that we're racing now, Chase has not won on a 1.5 mile track.
Might fix that today, buddy.
He knows how to win on a concrete track. I think Martin Truex is going to win this race.
To be honest with you,
I don't know. He didn't get past Jenny.
Harrison Burton spins
There we go.
after almost running over Chris Buescher, who
Now
just
you
about
might have
stopped in the middle of turn 2.
kept it out of the wall.
Although now, this evens it. Truex going to have to pit with these guys. He'll be back to even now on tires. Everybody's going to pit here because you can just about make it. So Truex will have lost his tire advantage.
It's a tough track. Turn 2, with the way the wind angle is, but when somebody checks up in front of you,
I just can't catch a break.
it's how do you abort? How do you really just maneuver around? These cars don't like that quick, abrupt movement.
Yeah, Burton had to lock it down for a car that was suddenly very slow right in front of him, and the car came around on it.
Well, I remember a big speech Rusty Wallace gave a bunch of the drivers saying the cars don't just rate themselves.
So Larry Mack, about the pit window with 76 laps to go.
It's close.
And about the tire inventory. Where are we?
Well, you can't make it from here on fuel, Mike, and we've run 13 to 14 laps on these tires, especially everybody except Martin Truex Jr. that pitted that last caution. You've pretty much got to come, but this could be that 5 car.
Oh, you gotta come.
Final set of stickers because remember
They're coming. Are you coming? I'm
coming.
coming.
When he spun it last
This is
four,
Larson's
so
got one more.
this tire situation's getting more and more interesting.
That's a great point, Larry. He's the one that's in trouble.
He's got
Kyle
one
Larson.
set left.
J.J. Yaley will get the free pass, and that will put 30 cars.
Truex stayed out.
Austin Dillon stayed
What
out.
we thought that Truex would stay out and the rest would be there. Let's go down to Jamie.
That means Logano will probably stay out.
Cars coming into pit here, kind of all over the map on the handling of the cars right now. Tyler Reddick pretty happy with it, a 4-tire stop here. But Denny Hamlin, he wants to be freed up a little bit. Chris Gabehart, his crew chief, said we're in a pretty decent scenario here. It's not perfect, but pretty good.
Chase Elliott just a little bit tight when he was behind the 5
Chase,
car.
which
Kyle
I'll give
Larson,
you
as soon as he got in
9-9.
front, though, he said this car is solid.
Chase out.
And the 5 Kyle Larson was told to do whatever the 9 car did in terms of pitting.
Chase beat Larson.
Larson.
How about Daniel
Suarez
Suarez?
third.
Who picked up
Byron
spots?
Remember, Logano and Truex and maybe somebody else stayed out. I know at least 2 that stayed out.
On the way back to the front.
These guys are 5 wide coming off pit road.
Why not? They've been 5 wide everywhere else today.
Boy, what a narrow pit road.
75 laps to go in Kansas.
Shit.
You ready for it? Here we go. Mornings OG, spitting mad truth and sick kicks. It's Skip Drip Bayless. I am a living legend.
Shut up, Skip. I still can't believe Skip had Shannon so pissed off at him legitimately that Shannon didn't show up for Undisputed that one day.
Whew. I'm waiting for banging.
Yeah, they are. Fucking making a mess.
Farmer wants a wife.
Don't they just marry their sheep?
I just imagine half the world that doesn't really deal with farmers or people like that are like, what the fuck? Because I sure as hell am. I think about that and go, what the fuck?
No, I just want to watch the episode of South Park where Randy moves his family to a farm in Colorado. Joe Biden took my job. He took your dirt. He took my dirt. There you dirt. It just becomes more and more incoherent the more they say it.
Sound like Kenny talking? Does Kenny ever say it?
No. I remember my mom laughing her head off when Stan says it because the first episode they ever did that they took their jobs thing, Stan's dad loses his job and he goes, they took my job. And Stan goes, they took your job.
No, you need 4 of those, and they all need to be attached by that one lug nut at each corner. Yes, and so do you, and that wheel needs to stay in one piece. Thank you very much.
They're at a WWE show. John Cena says to Edge, and you took my job, and all the rednecks go, they took it down.
Contact here. Contact here.
Damn, Kyle.
Took a good car out of the race. Kyle Busch's. Speaking of Kyle's,
That was lap 4, 5.
And Mike, because of all these cautions, come right back to being the very thing that keeps him out of victory lane.
Larson brought his way back to the front to bleed.
It's amazing what equipment it is.
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin has been up front much of
It's
the
not
day,
fair.
but it took the 9 of Chase Elliott a long time.
Is there anybody you could think of back in the day that was like that? Like, it didn't matter if you got
And
fucking
Martin
wrecked, he was
Truex
there.
Earnhardt.
on the outside of the 19.
Earnhardt and
Into
Gordon,
Corey
for sure.
LaJoie, bounced
I was about
off
to
the
say
wall,
Jeff
kept on
Gordon.
digging.
Jeff Gordon.
Now here with Kevin
way
Harvick
people talk
and
about
Ricky
it,
Stenhouse
top
comes
three.
up on a group and he's just going to slice right through.
Me personally, from what I understand, I don't have much ability.
Me neither.
Because of the
So
cheat.
here's lift. The Chastain got tight, created all that scenario, and Truex took advantage
It's
of
hard
it.
for
But
me
you
to
said
think
it,
that
Mike.
he was cheating.
What a day. If for whatever reason, folks, you went out for a beer run, went out in the driveway and washed the Mustang, I don't know what the course is, but if you're back in front of a TV,
Joey did stay out.
stay there.
Austin
Get that
Dillon
beer
stayed out.
and
Noah
you're
stayed
gonna
out.
be in
Gilliland
for a
stayed
win
out.
finish.
Why not?
So early in the race, the 6 Toyotas were in the top 7.
I stand by that Truex is going to win.
Now we have a Toyota leading, Chevy in second, Ford in third, Chevy, Ford, Chevy, the next Toyota in 10th. The game has changed.
For sure. All over Toyota dominance at the first of this race, Kurt, and then all of a sudden, where did these Hendrick cars come from? Well, one of them had to come from the back, but Chase Elliott in the picture. Now all of a sudden, you've got a bunch of new guys in town.
It's still about just pacing yourself. These are long races. Man, it's just like they all keep trying to take each other out.
Austin Dillon on the front lap to restart with Martin Truex.
There's Larson. 3 wide.
Quick on the outside of Gilliland.
Hit him with that Ron Hornaday restart.
Slow ass 42. I don't know who's driving that car. It's slow as fuck.
Past Gregson.
Elliott on the low side.
42 is a waste of a ride.
Harvick way
Look
down
at blocking Byron. Like,
Gregson got in the back of the 9 as the William Byron at 24 got in there. Speaking of which, William Byron back from the dead. He literally sped on pit road with the lap down, had all sorts of trouble because all these cautions. Here he is, back in the game.
Paul Sutter Byron at one point was 2 laps down. He spent 50 laps, 2 laps down, got a wave around and a free pass. Now he's right back in.
Are you kidding me?
No, this is real.
Elliott, though, he's got that speed on the top side of corner exit.
From the top of turn 2, Chase has the best car.
They've made some adjustments.
Look at the difference.
One part of the racetrack, Chase is blowing everybody away.
He's got it up front, got it
oh!
See what he's able to do with it here. These 200 guys are going to swallow him up.
Look at
Yeah, but even on the tires, Kurt, walk me through this. That car hasn't handled that good all day long.
You give it a little bit of clean air. You put it up towards the front, and then you give the ability to use your mirror cleaner to block guys. So that's what Austin Dillon's trying to do right now.
So Truex and Dillon did not stop on that caution flag. The cars chasing them did.
Austin Dillon's hanging up here. He's the only one that is of the ones that stayed out.
Fresh tires.
Besides Truex, of course, but Truex is the best car.
These boys just keep pushing hard, and they're taking. They are not giving. And now, just when I thought Chase Elliott,
Ah! Damn. That's not a guy you want to cut across. Suarez will dump your ass.
give like the 99 did, that's where the 11 took advantage. Denny Hamlin.
Wasn't enough room to take.
Yep, got 2 from
That's why these guys are pushing so hard. If you lift at least a little bit, boom. Guy came from 5 car lengths back and passed both of them. Nobody wants to lift because it's so costly.
Larson for the lead. Slightly fresher tires.
Back up towards the front. Larson with fresh tires, but this has just been amazing to watch. The different transitions.
Truex for the second week in a row has got to outrun somebody on older tires.
This would have been the battle last year.
Settling in. We
Minus
just
Ross
haven't seen that
Chastain.
super long run here. The
Oh,
second half of the
yeah.
race.
Oh, Suarez got into Byron.
Byron and Suarez into each other.
Changing lanes.
You know, you just nailed it, Kurt. The 5 and 19. Larson and
getting
Truex,
aggressive,
they
boys.
have been the fastest short run
We
car.
missed 69
Doesn't
to go,
surprise
but
me
it's
they're out front
67 now.
It's 11 car, good long run car.
3 Chevys here battling for 5th.
Let's see who gives any room here.
I cannot believe that 24
Denny
car is
the
back up
third.
into this shot.
Around Austin Dillon.
I mean, heck, Amarola was backwards down the back straight at one point, and he's back up 13, 14. Everybody's got a shot today.
Very Daytona-esque race. Caliber.
I was eating wings with a white shirt on, didn't get nothing on me. They were really good.
This is for 14th.
Yeah. Spicier than I thought they'd be. What's up, Michael? Michael, you have missed a lot. Look at the progress bar with all the caution laps. Oh! Ross put Noah on the wall. Noah don't like it very much. I'm not really blaming Ross there. They both run out of room. I've seen worse. And Noah's going to wreck. Oh, no, he couldn't get to him. Noah tried to drive it off into one to hit him. I have no idea. He just got ganged up on a restart. There was no penalty or nothing.
On 5.
Battle off of 4. Here he comes.
The best driver to ever wheel the 5 for Rick Henry.
Larson's back to the lead. But the two best cars most of this race are still right behind him. Michael, it would take me 3 hours to explain everything you've missed today. Chase just had a bad corner there.
Left the bottom, picked up a spot. Here comes Tyler Reddick charging back, and Kevin Harvick. We're going to take you back side by side with 64 to go.
Hey, now you ready for him to add an extra playoff spot for Chase when he don't make it?
Like they did for Jeff Gordon?
Yeah.
One more piece of pizza, honestly, just because I want to dip that crust in the damn garlic.
So irritated with Chase.
I got to load up on Powerades for this week. I know that.
Denny Hamlin is second.
I heard the truck race was good, but it couldn't have been better than this has been. They've set the record for most lead changes in a Kansas Speedway race. I think guys are getting pissed and hitting each other and racing like dicks. It's been fun to watch.
Caution.
Caution, Noah just spun.
Well deserved. What a payoff for Austin Dillon.
Yep. Austin Dillon stayed out under the last caution. Now he's in the top 5.
I can't believe he held his spot.
Now what do? Guys are starting to run out of.
Martin's got damage.
Guys are starting to run out of sets of tires, and there's 61 to go. You got to pit. Because they said from the last caution they didn't think anybody could really make it. Now you know you can make it, but everybody's low on tires. Yeah.
From what?
I think Larson's fucked. I think that spin at the start of the race fucked him because he's short a set of tires.
From what Mike Joy said. They're talking about him now. Talking about them tires, I bet. This sucks.
I think Truex is going to win. I just like how he looks right now. Hamlin's crew have only fucked up once today.
Noah Gragson comes pit side after bringing out the race's 10th caution flag. Spinning off turn number 2. Looked like he was by himself when that happened. But here's a little earlier between he and Ross Chastain.
Never touched it.
That was off the 4th. Yeah, it's a pretty good tire.
The words of Kyle Busch. Never touched him, thank you.
Cut or something afterwards.
It's one of my favorite Kyle Busch quotes. Fucking roots Brian Vickers all the way. Never touched him, thank you.
And then he is off in the distance, sideways and spinning by himself.
At least you didn't miss Noah Gragson being a loser.
I think he just lost it. It did. Yeah, maybe just.
This is from the Ford camera in Keselowski's car. Oh, in your lap. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there he goes.
Brad has seen a lot of action today for a guy who's not been a factor.
Keselowski to get out of that jam.
Hey, he was up front for a
Good move. I bet he closed his eyes.
Better be lucky than good.
Now, there will be no free pass. Harrison Burton was the first car laps down, but he came to pit road at the caution flag and stopped. So No free pit.
What do you do? Go down now and go and throw some scuffs on?
Yeah,
and
Billy
say,
Scott.
William Byron's going to have a blinder of a pit stop and steal it off the first pit stall.
Crew chiefs and the amount of stress they're going through right now, this is wild.
Larry, where are we at?
It's not
Are
going to
we
be
making
enough
it
with
the
60
end
to
of this
go.
thing? What are we doing here, bud?
You can make it on fuel.
You can make it from here.
They've run 10 laps. Remember what Truex did earlier.
All these cautions just throwing strategy all off. He's got one set left, I think, is what the story is. They're down to their last set. I think everybody else has at least, most everybody has two, I think.
So many comers and goers. Daniel Suarez, one of those. They're getting this car dialed in.
There's a few cars that have pitted as many times as Larson, but not up front. Except maybe Truex. Denny's last set.
9 seconds flat.
Damn, what a stop. Somebody lost a tire. I hope that's not out of Suarez's pit, because that'd be a damn shame. That would be a damn shame. Suarez going to win the race off pit road. Oh, no, it's going to be Larson, Hamlin, Larson, Byron. I'm back in it, baby. I've been a lap down most of the race. I'm second. I told you they were going to steal it. First pit stall. I knew it was going to be a good shot. Had to be Suarez. Suarez, I think.
The top of the screen.
Suarez or the stall behind him or in front of him.
Car we might, tough to tell.
It looks like Suarez.
I think. Or is it a car that still stopped?
He almost bumped it. Not sure if it was his. We'll see.
Michael Byron's been a lap down most of the race, and now he's second again.
No, I think he was on his way out of the box. It came from possibly the 14.
Yeah, good call.
He's already 6 laps down.
It's a game show. Oh.
Into the 99 pit.
Like playing a game of Yahtzee and just rolling dice.
Yeah, it was Suarez. I knew it was close.
What a stop for William Byron and company on that.
That was a great stop, too.
24 best pit crew this year. Getting the job done for him.
Have it said.
Back in this thing. Unbelievable. 2 laps down.
So Suarez was the 10th car to come off pit road. And back he goes. Look at Byron's graph of the day.
That is just so wild.
He spent over 53 laps of this race, 2 laps down.
Is that accurate? That can't be accurate. The ticker's updating now. Yeah, it's updating.
Crew chief, I really don't want to do it right now, but as a former driver, let's try to.
Well, Suarez would have been 8th.
Hey, Billy Scott, this is Kurt Busch in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm completely confused as a driver. You all right down there as a crew chief? I'm worried about your health here. How many tires? What's going on? What do we need to do here to try to bring the 45 victory lane for back-to-back-to-back?
Well, not many sets of tires left, as opposed to pit road is facing. But, yeah, we just got to keep working on these restarts and get track position at the right time. The way this has been going, a lot of cycling, different back and forth, and just got to be on the right cycle.
All right, so is it being on tight side, on short runs, loose side?
They're going to pit.
Just all over the map.
I'm positive they're going to pit.
Most of the time restarts, but obviously highly tracked the pit.
Maybe McDowell and Priest won't.
Further we get back here,
I just worry about the
harder it is to get going.
That almost happened.
Guys like that here up front, that could be.
When you left and Kyle Busch wrecked, it was because 11 guys stayed out that were all outside the top 15, and they just stacked everybody up. And Keselowski got squeezed 4 wide in the wall, and Kyle stopped and went to turn down, but Priest was there and he wrecked himself.
To victory lane 3 straight times at one track with different drivers.
Speaking of some history, how about this? If this William Byron can come back from 2 laps down and pull this off, the last person to have that happen, 2015 Carl Edwards.
Wow.
It's been a long time
He's
since somebody's
back.
been able to pull that off. Keeping on this 24, this could be huge.
Top it up.
Oh, yeah, and Carl's in the booth next week. Carl Edwards in the booth next week.
And keep an eye on FS1 because right after the race, the USFL Week 4 action continues. Birmingham Stallions trying to get to 3-1, and the Pittsburgh Maulers trying to even up their season at 2-2. It all kicks off next, right here on FS1.
Trying to even up the season.
Yeah, they're going to be 500 all year, and then win their last 2 games. But look, we had a winning record. It's the Pittsburgh way.
Dude, I play with Pittsburgh at Madden.
You Stallion or a Mauler, Kurt?
It's the same way
I
you
like
play.
horses. I'll go with Stallion.
Get down to the red zone and don't score.
I like Stallion.
Not your chief.
Good weekend to be a Stallion.
All right, Larry Mack. See that 19 car there, Martin Truex Jr. James Small decided to put their qualifying scuffs on right there, so he may be one of the few cars that has a set of stickers still in the pits. Should we get another caution here directly?
Directly.
So Truex has an advantage.
Yeah. I'm convinced Truex is going to win the race. Still, even though he's lined up 8th right now. I guess those cars are staying out. I can't believe the 51's staying out, but...
That is because the first 4 cars did not pit.
Sorry for
So
your
how about this
$25 bill,
lineup?
but Logano better be involved.
Corey LaJoy.
Corey LaJoy's your leader.
On the restart, he shares the
Priest second, Larson third, McDowell fourth, Yaley fifth.
Well, at least Larson has an inside second.
I think Larson's in great shape here. Larson and Byron are in really good shape. Hamlin has to go around 3 slow cars. Larson and Byron just got to get by 1.
When they get to the start-finish line and clear this 41.
Larson's going to go 3 wide to the bottom immediately, right? If he gets a good start. He didn't get a good start. And they all fuck Hamlin again back there. Great launch for Priest. That's a really good launch. It's not going to last, but damn. Oh! Oh, Hamlin. Larson, block Hamlin, block Hamlin. He's coming. You got to block that 11. That's more important than getting by the 41 at this point. Yeah, Hamlin made a bad lane choice going into 3. Byron and Larson went up high to get around the 41. And William Byron taking the lead.
He's scooting, Dale.
Man, what a comeback this will be. At the end of stage 1, I said, I'm not winning any fucking money. I looked at Dylan, I said, I think this is the fastest I've ever realized I'm not winning money in a race. I was wrong. I got a chance.
Yes. Block the 11.
William Byron was 2 laps down. Now he's leading. And they're not going to pit again. Yeah, Truex just found his way through. So yeah, Byron, Larson, Hamlin, Truex. That's the 4 best cars the whole race. I would say Bubba as well, but he's fallen off late. Larson going for the lead. Fuck off, Larson. Fuck off.
Maybe he'll take the
Seen 3 different spins today of guys coming up off a 2 and hitting the car on the outside near the wall. Damn, Larson just made that look easy. Damn it.
Yielded right away.
I think he did yield that. Gave the spot up pretty easy.
What happened?
And now Byron's going to take it back. Yes. Take it back. Joe Logano's 5th. I got 2 cars in the top 5. Joe Logano ran 20th the whole damn race. William Byron was 2 laps down. This is the greatest. I got 2 bets in the top 5 after they both ran like shit the whole race. Oh, Eric Jones again for the 2nd time.
That car entered the corner and just went around. Josh Perez around too, but I don't think he's right into the wall.
You're not pitting here. You're not pitting now. Staying out. Was Josh Berry involved in that one too? Josh Berry's run about 3 people in the wall today.
Have you ever seen this much havoc on a 1.5-mile track?
Boyer, do you not remember Charlotte last year?
And again, I don't think we'll have a free pass.
This is
And I
turned
know
into
Rickson
Charlotte.
would have been eligible, but he's on pit road.
Halfway through the stage.
And that's where Jones heads right away, along with Josh
All right,
Berry.
put your bets in, the 5 or the 24.
So here's a look at it.
Who's going to
Take
take
a
it?
decent run down the back straightaway. Where does it go wrong? Say what?
Did they touch getting in? If they did, they were very close.
Must have.
Jones
Did a good job of keeping the throttle down, keeping it underneath of him.
So watch from the Celsius camera.
This has been the best race of the year, and nobody's been chatting in this stream until Michael just got here.
I think they touched ever so slightly, just enough that when he was pull off of him, he got the car loose.
Yep, and when you touch, you lift immediately just because your brain says, okay, trouble's coming.
11 cautions.
Right front, and the car snaps around twice.
Yeah, you see just a little bit of a
I
rub.
just seen a thing where they was talking about
to
that
two-
team
two
switching to Toyota, and they said we're tired of running in the back.
Some of that was from
That switch
touching
is
the
gonna
wall.
help
You see on the right rear.
Show me
had a couple
a car that hadn't touched the wall.
It's going to help here. I know that.
Down here will be top 5.
But it's all
They'll still be good at Darlington, too, because Toyota's good at Darlington. So Jones will have that covered next year.
Maybe Eric Jones like a playoff race in a sense.
No way.
Well, it's just when these cautions start coming.
And Jimmy Johnson don't
the
run enough
strategy
to know
comes into play. You think about
what
that
he's got.
stage 2 to Logano,
We get to
McDowell,
see
some
Jimmy
of those
Johnson.
guys,
He's
you
running the
look at it
600.
now, you've got
Yes,
Austin
Jimmy
Dillon
Johnson's
and
running
these
the
guys up
600.
front,
Yeah.
capitalizing on these untimely
I get to see
cautions.
Jimmy Johnson race this year.
Did Denny get the wall?
Denny brushed the wall.
Yeah,
Got it a little bit.
Not
That's
enough.
where- Look at the 5 have to lift in the
Not
difference.
enough for me to care.
I can't believe I'm first and fifth after the way they've
Could have
ran.
been a huge savior for William.
Byron's car was fast, but way too loose, and it nearly ruined his whole race. Logano's just been bad the whole day. But I told you when he pitted with Truex, said, here we go, Dylan, this is where it starts.
You told me earlier you bet on Byron and Logano. My mind instantly went to
Cars just start closing the corners.
but Byron, I could
When Logano pitted with Truex, that's when I looked at you and said, yeah, here comes the turnaround. It's going to get him with a shot to win. And it's been that way ever since.
My mind was on Toyota, but I didn't
Yeah.
think Gibbs. I did not think like a Hamlin.
I probably would have bet on a Toyota, but two of the favorites were, what, Reddick, Hamlin? Reddick,
If you
Hamlin,
told me to
Truex?
bet on two Toyotas,
They were
it would have
heavy
been
favorites.
23-11.
Yeah.
I would have bet 45-23. Everything I had.
We got our 600 tickets yesterday for $50 to sit 40 rows up in the Chrysler
Thank
section.
you, Brian.
Yeah, whoever
I'm not gonna
Brian
go into
is.
detail, but thank you, Brian.
Shout out to my man. That's the cheapest 600 tickets we've had since we had the coupons.
Dude, I
when we
remember
first started
thinking,
going.
Oh, the Roval, $40, fuck yeah, and then it sucked, and I was like, well, at least we spent $40. The 600,
Yeah.
for what we got last year.
Yeah. Probably not going to the Xfinity race because I think you got to work, right?
Yeah.
Dylan's got to work, so I'm probably not going to the Xfinity race at Charlotte, but we're going to the 600. I'd love to go to the Xfinity race, but it's not that big of a deal. I love Xfinity at Charlotte because it's always slick and hot, and the race is usually pretty good.
If I had that weekend off, I would have said, fuck it, and done the truck, all that,
Yeah.
$70. All that.
We're still planning on North Wilkesboro. We're acting like we're going, and
Oh, yeah.
last
In
minute
the
something will
back of
come
my
up.
mind, we're going.
Yeah, we're going to Wilkesboro. Just waiting for the right thing to
'Cause
pop
if
up.
we don't go, I'm throwing a lot of money at Charlotte.
Yeah. And then our next race after that ain't for a while. I think it's
Yeah.
Bristol, Darlington, then Bristol, then Charlotte, Roval, then Martinsville at the end of the year. That's what I want to do.
And we'll probably have deals on all this.
We'll do weekends at Bristol and Darlington.
Everything in the southeast.
Yeah.
He said he gets everything within 3 to 4 hours of Charlotte. I said that's good because the farthest we go is Martinsville.
Weekends, we're gonna do the weekend at Bristol and Darlington. I'll leave it up to you if you were able to do the Martinsville weekend. That'd be a great weekend to do. But Bristol and
It
Darlington
depends
for
on
sure.
I gotta look at the schedule.
Yeah.
How close they are together.
Hate I'm not going to Darlington next week, but dude, I gotta go see Alice Cooper. He ain't getting any younger. So that's the way I look at it. That's why I chose to go to that Kiss show the day of the Roval the year before. I was like, oh, Kiss ain't getting any younger. I can go to a race anytime.
Was that the year they had the pink
Yeah.
window net?
Yep.
Man, that's a race I always tell myself we went to, and then I don't remember shit from it. Because I'm like, oh, we went there. Larson won, and then I'm like, no, we didn't go.
Don't think I'm streaming next week except for the Xfinity race.
At 1:30.
Yeah. Although there's a truck race Friday night, and that's Darlington, so maybe I'll do trucks.
Here in Kansas. Home of barbecue and ribs.
That was good.
As long as you're not in Lexington, North Carolina, this is the home of barbecue.
Hi, you hear Mike Joy? So, well, as long as you're not in Lexington, North Carolina, this is the best barbecue you can get. I was about to make that same joke. I was about to say, yeah, North Carolina's better, though.
And so might some of these people in the grandstand.
The only competition I've seen anybody try to get
heat
North Carolina
out there.
is Texas.
So hot day
Yeah.
here. Hot
But
one
look
on
how
the track.
big
A lot more action than we expected. Record number of lead changes. 13 different leaders. 11 caution flags. And we
Kurt
still have
Busch looks
almost 50
like
laps to
fucking
go.
Alvin the
That's what I'm trying to
Chipmunk.
figure out. With the
Alvin!
tires and just patience, this turned into a huge war of attrition.
Or the
I've
smart
never
one.
seen
Whichever
anything
one the smart
like this
one
on a
is.
mile and a half.
Started right off the bat.
They're
You
talking,
had the leader
we've
coming
never
hard
seen
to
anything like this in a mile and a half. Can you believe? Dude, Charlotte last year, hello, Charlotte was way worse than this.
I feel like all the mile and a half.
But they're just like, oh, I've never seen this before.
Remember we talked about last year? Oh, the new car was
You'll get
built for
Alltake.
mile and a half.
It was.
Because all the mile and a
Yeah.
half
Not who has the best
Yeah.
car, but who still has tires. Regan?
Well, Mike, things keep getting better for the 24. William Byron checking in with his team. They still have a set of sticker tires.
I still got a set of tires.
We know Dawson don't. We know Hamlin don't. Logano fit.
I don't know if Logano does. He's pitted a lot.
Sticker tires for the end of the race here. The other cars with those in my section: the 4 of Kevin Harvick,
Harvick,
the 19 of Martin Truex, Jr., and
Truex.
the 7 of Corey
Corey
LaJoie.
LaJoie's got an extra set of tires. He's
So
sixth.
all top 10
Here's Kyle
cars,
Larson
4 of the
about
top 10
tires.
have an extra set.
I think Truex still wins the race.
We have a set that has
Larson's best set he has left has 7 laps. They better hope this thing goes green, which I don't see that happening.
You get a caution with 10 to go,
You're fucked.
They took off the car earlier.
The 24, the 19, the 7, and the...
There are the restart ranks. William Byron, best of the Cup Series.
So I bet on Byron. He was a steal today. All the Toyotas were favored. 3 of them were anyway.
I wish I was there waving my hat right now,
Woohoo! Wow, somebody stayed behind Hamlin. LaJoie's the first car today to not go 3 wide around the outside of Denny. Now Denny's doing it to Larson. Larson, you got to move up. You got to move up, move up, move up, move up. I'm fucked. Corey LaJoie's 4th. Bubba's 5th. Bubba's back in it. Now Bubba's 4th. Look at the draw. Oh, Corey.
Where did Ross come from?
I don't know.
He was just 18, Dale.
Bubba's back. Ross is back. Joey's back.
I know this has got to piss somebody like Denny. Run up front all day, and you got these guys.
You can't afford to lift in the times of
dead fucking restarts 2 laps down.
You know, getting you in trouble.
It is amazing the way that one set of tires versus another set of
We're watching Formula 1. Yuki, this has been a crazy race.
I would be pissed. If I was Denny Hamlin, I would be crazy.
William Byron was 2 laps down. He's 2nd. Joe Logano ran 20th all day. He's 5th. Well, 6th, fighting for 5th. Bubba Wallace is fast. He's coming to the front.
The one car with the same sponsor as the sponsor of the race.
If Bubba can get by Hamlin and Chastain quick enough, he can win the race.
Lost that help with Truex on the bottom. Yep. That advantage immediately swung back to Larson.
If we get a caution with
All of the top 8 team, with one exception, got tires on this most recent, one caution to go at lap 208.
I'm disappointed in Tyler
Joy is the only one who did not.
Other than that,
He is in 12th.
I'm okay with this so far.
I had high hopes for Corey there for about 2 laps.
Some guys ripping the top. Plenty of options still on the track. But again, running out of tires, running out of patience.
Running out of time and tires.
Harvick keeps trying, right? But that low side is kind of a sucker zone. It's hard to clear
I did
people
not
off turn
see
2.
a Chevy winning this race.
6th place, Logano and Truex.
I think Larson can win it. I think.
Let's see.
I hope you win.
Truex needs another caution to win it
I
now.
love for Larson.
Man, Logano, what a turnaround for him. That stage 2 being able to take advantage.
When I kept saying Truex is going to win, that's me thinking there's going to be another caution in at least the next 20 laps. So
If there's another caution, Byron has an actual.
Byron's got to say, but Truex got a better car.
Byron is in the spot.
Yeah. For now, I think Truex is better, but right now, with a caution and a few laps, Byron would be in great shape. Give it another 10 or 15 laps and catch one.
Showed up out of fucking nowhere. He might have
Gotta get one of them here.
Yeah, I don't know what Ross's tire situation.
15.
So
I
hard.
don't know where.
Oh, yeah, he cleared up. No.
That shit's still amazing.
He knew he wasn't clear. He's like, I gotta get out of here. And he lost the spot.
I said near, not
I
clear.
feel like it's 10 to go the way my nerves are.
More leads
It might as well be.
than in any 400-mile race on a mile and a half track in NASCAR history.
I'm feeling tsunami.
History.
We show up with tsunami.
So, in the history of Las Vegas, Kentucky, Chicago, Kansas, and Homestead, this is the most competitive race out of all the tracks in history. But they're the only mile and a half that run 400-mile races.
Reddick and Blaney getting a little.
All because of that repave and the decision to make this a
I like
progressive
Kansas.
racetrack.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs 2 races.
No.
And I stand by it.
But I'm kind of glad it has them now.
Truex in
It don't need them, though.
turn high. They almost got together. He got a little sidetracked and made the pass.
Like, if this was the playoff race, I'd be losing my shit right now.
45 has the 12 clear.
Because you know the top 4, 5, 6 would be 7 would be battling.
These two have been battling back and forth. It's rolling first now.
They're going to wreck.
Blaney's been on the outside. Now he's on the bottom.
Byron's closing in on Larson for the lead with 40 to go.
Back at the front.
With a set of tires still in the pits, and Larson doesn't have fresh ones.
Byron has got some steam still built up.
I knew Byron had a good car. It was just too loose. It was just way too loose.
Well, let's say a long run today is what?
He won the pole for a reason. It's fast.
Maybe 14 laps. This could be.
I don't know. We ain't really seen him up front for that long since early in the race.
You just saw him in that shot. That's 11 car. He has been the best on the long run. But it's a tall
That's my
order to
worry.
get by
Is
those
Denny
Hendrick
right now.
cars.
I wish he
Extremely
would fall
Yeah.
back a few more spots.
If we could replace Denny with Bubba in third, that'd be great. Bubba's 5th.
Pretty sporty FedEx hot rod for him.
Not quite as good as these Hendrick cars, though.
Hamlin had not only the fastest individual lap
Ain't the Hendrick
but
cars
the best
anybody's
5 consecutive
Pretty
laps.
much.
10, 15, 20, 30, you name it.
Byron looked like he was going to take the lead. Now he's falling back a little bit again.
Like all those categories started
Just a
to
touch.
through 'em. And then
Hamlin's still lurking right there.
which we knew would happen. But again, this is that point
Truex is too far behind without a caution to really do anything.
this is where you have to close
I'd be shocked if we didn't get one more caution.
focused on what it takes to win and how past races.
And the more laps that run by before the caution, the more that benefits Byron and Truex. So they need a decent run here, but they don't need it to wait till too late to get a caution.
When are we going to catch lap traffic? Because that's going to be your next opportunity to be able to pounce on something. Him making a move and creating a draft in a stall.
And to answer your question, there's only one lapped car for the next half a lap of racetrack. So lap traffic, to get into a scrum of lap traffic, it's going to be a while here.
And it's going to happen. With 37 to go, you're going to catch them, and it's going to be a factor. Right about when things really get heated up.
He talks too much.
Now this is where last year when I was able to bring our car to victory lane, it's at that lap 15 of the run, our car would just start to carve a little bit better, and we were able to make passes. Made our car maneuver.
Reddick's car has been schizophrenic today. 1 minute he looks like he can win the race. Next minute he barely runs top 10.
We're seeing Reddick make a pass, and we'll see what these guys do. This next little bit is really going to tell us a lot.
Yeah, he kills the tires on longer runs. We saw that at the end of stage 1. He was leading and fell off late and ended up 3rd or 4th.
He's not going to be able to have anything for him on the exit.
But we're talking about the same person that dominated.
And reel in the next one.
That's 9th place with Harvick closing from 11.
Yeah, these boys are digging. This is,
I'm watching it.
it's been a long day and they're still
The
up.
1
It's
and
just,
the 5.
you have to dig
From
deep.
the 5 hold the lead, and
From the Wallace, the Toyota Cam, sitting in 5th place. Chastain.
Bubba's just looking for any lane Chastain's not in. He's going to have to make the pass around the top if he can. Or Ross is going to have to make a mistake coming off a corner. Which Ross is done. Ross's car tends to get tight off the corner later in the run. That's what caused Bell to run into him earlier in wreck. Ross's car swings tight. It's not bad yet, though.
Until they got back to the lead lap. They could be in a big time position to be an advantage.
But remember what Regan told us. If we get another caution flag in his area of the pits, Harvick, Truex, LaJoy, and Byron each have a set of stickers sitting on the ground. And you don't want to have those left at the end of the race.
No, but I also think there's going to be a window there where that opportunity goes away. You know, you can't lose too much track position. If it gets in within, 10 to go or 5 to go or something, they're all going to stay
Yeah, there's Almirola. He spun earlier. Everybody's spun in this race.
There is a window there where that opportunity becomes not so opportune, right?
And you're right, with 27 cars on the lead lap, absolutely.
Yep, it goes away.
There you go, buddy. Let's go. Go get a couple more boys. Let's just roll it on the top and drop.
Like that, cheerleading, helping that guy. You always want to hear good things out there. Yeah, I like that, boy. Get on that outside. Get us some more.
That's always worth a 10th of a second.
Larson's starting to stretch it out, but Hamlin's catching Byron.
I always like to hear it.
I already knew. I was like, oh, really? Just save it.
So what a weekend. The Toyotas won practice. The Hendrick Chevys won the front row. And they have been dominant on mile and a halves, winning nearly half of the last 17. On mile and a halves, which predominate the circuit. Kyle Larson with 5 of those. We don't count Atlanta as a mile and a half anymore. We count it as a super speedway with Daytona and Talladega because that's how it races now with the increased banking.
Yep, the reason being, yeah, it's wide open all the way around at Atlanta. This is a lot of maneuverability with your car, the driver. Everybody's got to work together here, and this is one of those tough places to get it exactly right. But it's where it opens up the box where so many guys can run good, and that's why we've seen so many lead changes, so many different guys in the laps, and now you have the top 5 that are kind of starting to separate themselves up front.
All right, now Kurt, William Byron is right where you were last year, having to chase down Kyle Larson and beat him. You did. What does Byron need to see? What does he need to do?
29 to go this time.
I had two Kyles that I had to deal with, but I let them deal with each other. They raced the heck out of each other when they dropped the green, and they were so much side by side drafting, and I was just like, I can just sit here and wait for both of you guys to burn through your tires, and I'll get you on the long run. That was the set of chips that I pushed in on, and I ended up with a long run at the end. And I don't know if I had a set of tires still sitting on pit road.
I feel like everybody in the top 5's kind of saving their stuff. Probably turn them loose in about 10 or 15 laps. Yeah. And they're all staying just close enough together, but nobody's charging. Nobody's really charging hard.
We've run out of cars. We've had so many yellows. There's hardly any sets of tires left.
Right along with Keselowski here.
If there's a caution, Larson's fucked. Period. End of story. It's got to go green.
Right in 16th, but not bad.
Straightaway. Straight backside. Shoot here.
With Haley downshift.
Well, Larry, dare I say, speaking of trends,
there's Denny.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and go there. I looked at the last 5 Kansas spring races. Now, we did not race here in the spring of 2020, but in those 5 races, the average of the last caution, lap 254, which is 13 laps to go, 3 times in the final 10 laps. And Mike, we did have an overtime finish in 2019.
Second place going to change here for Denny.
But the trend I've been talking about, we've been watching all week long.
It was all about him or Truex. Who was going to get the advantage? And it's Hamlin.
I watched it on the graph, and there you see him passing William Byron for second. Larson, you better run, and you better run fast.
You better run, you better high.
Got a nice gap, but
Byron knew he didn't have much to block.
I can't believe Byron gave that up so easily.
I've got nothing for you.
With a teammate leading.
Sometimes when you're in the top grouping, when somebody fast catches you, and you just see it happening, you're like, I can't hold this guy off.
And right after the race, keep it right here on FS1. Week 4 action of the USFL continues next. The Birmingham Stallions take their 2-1 record against the Pittsburgh Maulers. It all kicks off next on FS1 right after the race. 25 laps to go.
Longest green flag run we've had since early stage 2. I like now that if you ain't been watching, you can come home and look at that progress bar and see what kind of race it's been, because look at that shit. Yellow, 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 yellow.
I know at the end of stage 1, I was like, well, this is pretty good.
I think he was holding back a little bit. Went to the whip, answered the call, and picked his lap times up too. Keep an eye on that interval that Kurt just showed. I think old Larson was riding right there. I really do. Had a little more in the tank, Kurt.
We shall see. This is where we were talking.
Who's that lap car running Larson's line? Who was that lap car?
The 5 had that short run speed. We've seen that all day. Now
Can't tell who the fuck that is.
these last 24, 23 laps.
Catch these lappers at the right time. You saw him just pass 1 right there. Timing is everything. Do not get.
They didn't hurt him that bad.
Exit behind the lapper.
Yeah, and they're running the line that the leaders are running.
You have to. Whoever can.
It's a Rick Ware car, I'm pretty sure.
Is a benefactor. When Kyle gets door to door with somebody, that hole we've seen it all day long. That hole that those cars punch in the air is a huge drafting opportunity, and the closer he gets to them, it's going to be even more. Timing is everything.
That was a good lap for Denny.
Perfectly right here with 22 laps to go.
Denny wins, I'm not watching.
I'm just going to ask you in the TV booth for some popcorn. This is going to get good.
Truex is
this
back,
is where you just sit back and you watch the craftsmanship
Get up,
of professional
You want
racing.
popcorn and I want a beer. We ran out of popcorn by the time we ran out of
Hamlin's chipping into the lead, but not much. But it's enough to make you worry. Now it looks like it's a lot. That was a bad corner.
It's all about that corner exit and having those clean exits in traffic.
Too many laps to go for me to
The small little thing too is that shade's creeping in on entry to 1 and exit of 4. You try to use that. You try to get up there as high as you can.
Right there it is. Chris showed you guys. Keep it
There you go. There's your yellow.
Okay.
Boyer squiggling on the screen with a little pin.
Catching one's thing.
Passing him's another. And, you know, well, Kyle Larson.
This could get ugly.
He has been so strong
Yeah.
at the end of these races.
Usually to pass Larson, you're going to have to put yourself in the wall.
And the fastest car of the last last few
20 to go.
track. Right up until this most recent lap, not counting the 2 leaders, has been Chase Elliott back at 7th. But
Chase,
he's 5 seconds off the lead if we stay green here.
You had a chance.
Yeah, this is it's going to be two guys in a sword fight right here. They're going to go after it. If Hamlin's able to close the gap and
Just waiting to hear, oh no, yellow or something.
third lane, not the total fourth lane.
No!
The lead's been the same for 3 or 4 laps.
Byron and them's following back.
It's like you said, Kurt. Catching them is one thing, passing them is the other. You look for opportunities and keep hearing me talk
Nice.
about the lappers coming.
That was a good corner entry for Denny there.
These are easy. They'll probably move over, yield the right away to these guys. But there's a pack up there of 4.
Now it's back to 7.
Over all of them. That creates a lot of dirty air for the leader and the second place guy. That's an opportunity.
All right, Denny's going sniffing.
Denny just changed his line. Kurt called it out. He said Denny's just sniffing around looking for something. It worked. Whatever he did, it worked. That clean air was just enough to get him a little. Fastest way still the very top, but Bubba cannot get by Chastain. I think Bubba was clearly fast enough to at least get to 3rd and see what happens with the 2 guys in front of him, but he can't get by Ross. Ross's car is starting to get tight again. You could hear him messing with the gas the closer they got to exit.
This has been a very solid day for them. Solid day at a solid track. That's what y'all
I know this is going to be close. We never get these kind of things.
Denny lost a little bit there.
Denny had a bad lap. He gave 2 tenths back.
It hurts you in the corners. Whatever he did, he said he started moving around, looking around a little bit on the race.
Bubba's getting really close to being able to pass Ross.
Danny will get right to Larson about 3 tenths. Every fucking time.
If there's any grip right up next to that racetrack.
Chastain didn't have to jump out of the gas off that corner like he had been.
So close and so tight to it without hitting it.
Yep. Following each other's line on the straightaway trying to get a draft.
16 laps to go in the race at Kansas. The USFL game between the Birmingham Stallions and the Pittsburgh Maulers is going to start over on FS2 and the Fox Sports app, and will come here to FS1 after the race concludes. Kyle Larson leading Denny Hamlin by 7 tenths.
He's either going to win or DNF.
William Byron 2.7 back in 3rd, and the battle is Bubba Wallace on the inside.
Bubba's finally gotten by Ross, I think. Cleared him. Ross kind of let him go there. Ross fought the good fight. He's just too tight. Logano is the biggest overachiever in this race. Joe Logano is the biggest overachiever in this race. In that top 10 for sure. Like, unreal. You see why I bet on him now at 25 to 1? He's ahead of cars that have been so much better than him today. Chase, Truex, and Reddick for sure. Wow. Larson brushed the wall. Damn. Don't choke, Larson. Don't choke. Run your line. Fuck him. Run your line. I hate that Byron's just too far back to not be able to do anything if something happens between these two. Bubba took way too long to get by Ross. He won't be a factor either. Yeah, we were there the last time Denny won. I forget Denny won that race. So much went on in that race. Yeah. So much went on in that race, I barely remember who won. I remember everything about that race except the guy who won.
Between him and Briscoe, the 600 was definitely one of the greatest, but that fucked me.
Larson's starting to see him in the mirror. Denny's trying to make sure he finds
Denny's
clean
going to
air.
be the most wins in Kansas. Get up there, Mike.
Denny Hamlin trying to break that winning streak. During which,
oh, Denny charging into that corner.
Now, this exit of 4 is going to be tough. Can Denny hold it off the wall, keep his momentum? Nope.
Not a bad corner exit, but yeah, Larson's better. Larson was more consistent.
Looks like a net advantage though. Slipped up back to
I don't care who he is. I'm gonna give him the bumper.
Who said that?
Completely in the way. Let's see what happens here.
I feel like that's what Denny's thinking right now. Not saying.
Denny and Larson are actually good friends. He'll try to beat him clean. Larson's never done anything to piss Denny off, and they're buddies. Yeah.
Larson lost the wheel and hit the fucking
Yeah.
Kyle Larson's in a good situation.
10 laps to go.
Somebody tries to race him and stays on the outside, we're in trouble.
Yeah, or you mispredict which lane they're going to choose. You really got to look ahead and understand which lane they're going to give you, or you got to make that commitment.
Just makes it more possible for Logano to win. Which would be a good payday for me. Briscoe fucked it up at the 600 last year, so shocker. Just happy he didn't wreck Larson in the process.
You know, we have a lot of moments where we go, damn if you had 3 more laps, damn if you had 5 more laps. So this is, we're literally watching.
Well, one of these guys,
the leader never gets caught outside of the super speedway.
Denny is hungry.
Man, Larson slipped up a little there. That was not good. Larson just bobbled slightly. Couldn't carry a big run down the back like he usually does. Now he's getting scared and trying to change his line. Denny's going to get him right here. Big run, big run. Oh, tight. Denny got really tight at the very last second of the corner. Still gained. If he didn't get tight there, he would have been at least side by side. He would have been to his wheel. You're racing air, Denny. I know that sucks and it's frustrating. He's racing air.
I just hope Larson gets out.
Now look at Denny, super high entry, and he's going to try to carve it down a little bit. And have a little
Larson, loose, loose. Denny couldn't really get back in the gas and capitalize, though. Although it's starting to show at the end of the straightaway. It's showing at the end of the straightaway.
I like that move by the 11. It's not going to net him much by half now. You're going to lose the least time.
Lap cars ahead if you could position yourself and use one.
Till 51 go to the bottom. He'll go to the bottom. Nope, he's going to run the leader's line. God, what are you doing? And look at Larson's car. The 51 and...
When they do this down into 1 and 2, when they start racing for their position and stay on the lead lap, that's when business picks up.
Here we go. You got to predict. You got to know.
Go high.
Larson,
Larson had to move. Did he move?
That 51's killing Larson. It's killing him. He's loose. He can't run off the wall like that in 2. Denny's going to have a big run down the back because the fucking 51 won't get out of the way. I don't understand how you can be one of the slowest cars in the race and not get the fuck out of the way. Larson's fucked. That's it. 51 cost him the race. Rick Ware Racing cost him the race. 51 is determining the outcome of this race. 5 to go. Go to the bottom, 51. Damn. Finally, he moves down at least a little to give Larson the top. Larson's going to fly by the 51 down the back. Damn. Yaley ran Larson's line for 2 laps in a row. Yeah, for real. I don't know how Larson stretched it out on Denny there. I don't know how Larson gained that time back because Hamlin was door to door with him after he got stuck behind Yaley. I have no idea how Denny lost time there. Gilliland went straight to the bottom and let Larson go. I don't know why the fuck Yaley didn't. Stupid asshole. Good corner. Larson's car is getting a little too loose. He's just got to hang on for 3.5 more laps, but he's getting really loose. Take the very top. If Denny goes very top, you got to take it. Denny set him up. Denny tried to fake like he was going high and then turned down the middle just a little bit. And Larson's car is getting looser and looser. He can't move it around like he wants to. 3 to go. I hate that William Byron hasn't gained a fucking thing on this. Loose. 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 Larson's car's too loose. I don't see how he's going to be able to hang on. Slide job. Slide job. I think he did. It's just all he's got. Wow. When he gets there, it's like Larson just finds some way to stay in front of him. 2 to go. Byron lost more time that lap. How? These two were side by side. How's he losing time? I can't believe he's hanging on.
I feel like
Larson found something on the outside of 1 and 2. Went back up right up against the wall, rim right, and likes it up there. Found some speed. No lappers in the way.
Take that top. Although it's a setup. It's a setup. Denny acts like he's going all the way to the wall, and then he turns his nose down just enough to get some clean air and try to arc it underneath you. 1 to go. This worked out perfect for Larson to have a chance, but this is going to be a horrible lap. It's going to be a hard lap to hang on. Oh, Denny's packing air on him. Denny got him. He put air on him, got him loose. But Larson's back in the gas. He's back in the gas. And Denny wrecked him. Denny wrecked him. Denny wrecked him. Denny wrecked him.
Are you fucking
Larson got clear again, and Denny turned him.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And Denny's going to win the race.
That's how this ends?
Ah, Jesus. Denny wins. I thought Larson had it off of 2, and Denny just ran into him and turned him into the wall. Larson kept going, but he got a lot of damage. I can't believe he did that. What did I just say? 10 laps because he'll race Larson clean. They're buddies. Yeah, that's desperation on Denny's part.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I thought, we was going to have a good battle.
That was desperation.
I'm curious to see what Larson's got.
Larson will just take it because he's a fucking pussy. If Larson got turned on a straightaway, they touched. He had to have touched. Larson got turned. Larson got loose, but got back in the gas right here.
But he did here. Kyle was into the wall too.
Larson brushed the wall and came down. They touched. I don't know.
That's what that is. First ever last lap pass for the win at Kansas Speedway.
Wow.
My gosh, I'm wore out, Kurt. Who else? Hey, let's clean some.
It was a little bit of Larson brushing the wall and correcting to come back down.
Kyle Larson pulling his car up in front of Denny and acting like a fucking fool. You had
2 guys putting it all out on the line.
What an unbelievable save by Larson.
That is a huge save to come home in second.
Well, to bounce off the wall as hard as he did, that car should have been ready.
Turn 2 killed him. It was getting worse and worse the entire run. He was good enough off of 4 to hold him off, but every time they came off of 2, Larson was getting looser and looser, running a little higher, just a little higher, running out of room.
First win in 33 starts.
I know, after I saw a replay, I don't think it's as bad as I initially thought.
And it's his 4th Kansas win.
That's what Byron did to
Joe
Joey
Gibbs.
to get done.
Back-to-back victory lanes. Dover with Truex, Kansas with Hamlin. Good car.
Truex didn't catch his yellow. Neither did Byron.
If that was Ross,
Yeah.
it would be an issue.
Oh, yeah, if Ross did that, it'd be a full-scale meltdown.
Did everything he could do. What a battle.
I don't think Larson should be too frustrated at all with this. I mean, losing isn't the greatest feeling. But he did.
At least he finished. At least he finished where he was running. Because this year Larson's been, I'm up front, wrecked the whole year.
His win was a 600-miler at Charlotte. This one felt like a 900-miler here.
Then he wrecked the field, beat him in the 600.
Oh, Denny's podcast is going to be something this week. While they're booing. They need to see another replay of that.
Denny Hamlin out of the car. Heck of a battle the last 30 laps, Denny. You caught Kyle Larson. A little bit of contact on the backstretch. Fair follow.
Bubba got a top 5.
You got your 4th Kansas win.
Yeah, so proud of this whole FedEx team.
All-time
Yeah, got
Kansas
position on him there. I was trying to side draft him, but clipped his left rear. But glad he was able to race finish. And proud of my FedEx team, though. 400 wins now for Joe Gibbs Racing. Just such a great
400th win for Gibbs.
Denny Hamlin, your winner in Kansas.
Made those interviews quick. They got to get off the air. USFL's coming on, guys. I know you're excited. All the Larson boomers are losing their shit in the stands. I know. I don't blame them.
I was trying to do what I could to manage it. Just was really loose at that end, and yeah, I just see he was a little bit better than me there at the end, but I haven't seen a replay either. But obviously he was side drafting really aggressively, like he would.
Uh-oh. Oh, Ross just punched Noah. Ross Chastain just punched Noah Gregson. Ross punched Noah in the fucking face, and now Ross is laughing at him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ross punched Noah in the fucking face and started laughing at him.
You ain't first, you're last.
Connected. I don't know if Noah got him first, but wow. Everybody's over here, including several of the tempers here in Kansas.
Oh, I didn't
Denny
even
Hamlin
what
was
happened.
beating Kyle
Oh, here we
Larson.
go, here we go.
They were discussing what happened.
Noah was going to give him a 5. Ross. Look at Ross. Oh, he grabbed him. He grabbed Ross.
Woo!
Yeah, Ross.
It's going to come back the other way.
Fuck.
Tempers overflow.
Ross suspended for 2 weeks.
What?
I think he should be suspended.
I'm going to text my dad. Ross just kicked Noah's little ass.
I think Ross should be part of it.
I love Ross Chastain. He punched that little fucker in the mouth. Finally, somebody did.
That likely led to that discussion and
Noah,
confrontation.
nobody touched.
Like how Ross never touched Noah.
And then Noah touched Ross.
It's a tough track, tough place, tough day.
We'll get Noah.
Lots of tempers for everybody. Again, Chastain finds himself in weird spots.
Somebody finally tried to step to Ross, and he decked him.
Come on, Ross. Ross don't play.
I love Ross Chastain. I wish he'd have beat that little fucker's ass right in the middle of the pits. One punch ain't enough.
Hamlin rolls into Royal Mortgage victory lane. And here's Regan.
Well, Ross Chastain down here finishing up a radio interview right now, but as we went there, those restarts at the end were incredible. So hats off to our team. No comment. All right, Ross, we saw the tempers afterwards there between you and Noah Gregson. What took place in your eyes? I got tied off of 4 for sure, and Noah and I have a very similar attitude on the racetrack, and we train together, we prepare together, we know each other's every little bit about each other. So yeah, I definitely crowded him up off of 4, and he took a swipe out of us in 3, and then came down, grabbed a hold of me, and a very big man once told me we have a no push policy here at Trackhouse.
Yeah,
so,
tell him, Ross.
Everybody at the help for
come
here
that
and
fucking
help
face.
200 and fight for a top 5. There was times in the race where we did not have the grip
Fuck you,
and the balance in the car to do that. A couple good restarts at the end, and
Noah Gregson fucked around and found out.
and it's the heck of a fight from this group. Thanks, Ross.
Chastain finished
Don't put your hands on me. You get your little rabbit ass kick, you fucking punk. Welcome to the Cup Series, bitch.
The 42 of Gregson was
next
5
weekend.
laps down.
Next Sunday, race day at 1:30, and the Cup race from Darlington at 3 p.m. Eastern Time
fuck.
next Sunday.
Dirty ass
Coming right up
fucking
on
Denny
FS1,
Hamlin.
the Birmingham Stallions versus the Pittsburgh.
He didn't mean to do that. He just stayed in the gas, and Larson was coming off the wall.
I wish that was Ross he would have hit.
Man, I just wish Ross would have punched Noah harder. That's my biggest takeaway. I'm like, damn it, Ross, you should have punched him a little harder. Just knock his ass out.
Page later and say who's the most pissed off at him.
Knock his little ass out.
Come on, Pittsburgh. Even got the black.
Well, I got to go. Dylan's got to run me to the store because I need Powerades. So I'll catch you guys later. Noah Gregson's a little pussy, and he'll get his ass kicked one of these days. Go ahead and walk up and grab somebody bigger than Ross. See what the fuck happens to you. Stupid bitch.